What you think about when
I'm wore out, guys.
fire? Let 'em burn it out.
Been
Sell 'em to
burning the candle at both ends, I think.
they wanna let the world decay
Probably not gonna stream super long today. I'm just wore out.
and fade away.
It's hard getting up this morning.
We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the Dow. We've been thinking
What's up? What's up, guys? I'm not on YouTube. Well, I am, but just a replay. I'm not doing the announcement like I've been doing.
Back in the back, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake the back in the back, kill it anyway.
That's the end of the timer. That's the end of the music. Let me pause it here, and then that's where we'll start. And I guess we can roll the intro. Here we go. Twitch chat's working tonight, by the way. I don't know. It's like it must have expired the same time as the token expired for my animations. I don't know if you guys remember last night, but at midnight I had to fix my token for my animation, so I guess the token expired or something. I don't know.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace
Welcome,
out.
welcome everybody. I am Will Bird. That was Linda Binda. You can find her on Cameo, which is where that came from. You can also find her on TikTok and YouTube. We haven't checked on her in a while, or Scott Wadjos, or anybody else. You know, it's been a few days. As the title says, I am pretty wore out. Like I had a hard time getting up this morning. I stayed up late last night. I've just been, I think it's been building on me. I don't sleep well usually, but tonight I feel like I'm going to sleep good. So I probably won't stream super long. I just want to come hang out with you guys. Talk about a few things and get out of here.
Sapien just resubscribed for 10 months.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Sapien.
all you do, brother.
We will be tomorrow. I want to announce this tomorrow. I will not be having a regular live
Yeah,
stream.
Renuts just resubscribed for 15 months.
Thank you very much. Tomorrow I'll be having a Patreon only live stream, and that'll be for the $7 and up patrons, and that
Barbara
Everybody's subscribing now.
4653 just resubscribed for 3 months.
Thank you,
Hey,
Barbara.
everyone, heart.
Barbara, Yaller Nuts, and Sima Safe. And that'll be for the $7 and up. We'll do Patreon only tomorrow. I won't be doing a regular live stream. So if you're a member of Patreon from $7 and up, you'll be getting a show tomorrow. And I don't think I'm going to do Twitch subscribers either. It'll just be patrons because I'm so far behind on Patreon. So either way, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll talk about a couple things, hang out or whatever, but I'll probably not stream super long. If that's what you're looking for. I'm just tired. Jesus Christ. I could probably go to bed right fucking now. But I got a job to do. We're going to do it. There's been a couple things that we didn't get a chance to cover while I've been covering Phil and all this other stuff. So we'll get to that. But before we get started, if you want to contribute to the show, keep the show free, keep the show going, help pay the light bill, help feed 2 growing boys, you can do that at coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund, where you can use Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, Discord, or Bovada. Bovada is an affiliate link. These are all my links up at the top. And these squares over here, buy me a coffee, join our Patreon, Gun and Bomber, Dono Clip, or what different ways you can donate. Buy me a coffee, you can leave a text-based message, and I will read it. It looks like this. Dono Clip, you can leave an audio or video message, and I will play it. This is what the website looks like, and this is what the Dono Clips look like. Here's an audio one from last night.
Well, Bird, this is Ramesh. For the Fildo followers, what is wrong with you? Ask yourself why you still want to believe this.
That's what a Dono Clip looks like. You can use audio or video clips. You're more than welcome to use that. Or if you just want to send like a short message or a question or something like that, you're more than welcome to do that over at at Buy Me a Coffee. But all those links are on coldbeer.fund. You can check them out. If you don't want to cause an alert, don't want to interrupt the show, don't want to have your name pop up or a message be read, then you just use this small yellow button right here. There you go. I think that's the way everything works. Anything else? Battlefield, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, sorry, just a second. A Great Awakenings process. My comment sections prove that people are seeing some shit is around. They also prove digital soldiers are many and we are strong. Let me see. Somebody just sent me this video. Let me see what it is. Hold on just a second. Let's go here. Oh, first of all, the first thing I want to talk about is I don't think people understand what doxing is. So, like, if we're just talking about doxing, if me and you are just talking about doxing, it's probably just putting out any personal information about someone. But if we're talking about the legal standard of doxing, if we're talking about like a crime has been committed or potentially has been committed, there are tenets that has to be met. Even in California, which someone was quoting California law today, even in California, it is putting someone's personal information out that rises to and meets the level of online harassment. You have to be at the level of harassment. And most other definitions, it's with some type of malice intent. Like I'm putting out this information, and I am implicitly saying like, oh, it wouldn't be a bad idea if somebody gave this guy a visit at 123 Main Street. That's doxing. This is I don't know why people don't understand that. It's with intent to have harm, because a lot of states don't even have doxing laws, but you can be charged if a harm occurs. Other states do have doxing laws. They fall under like a harassment or threats in different places, but it's with ill intent. A lot of this information about like where your address is public information. If that's doxing, then every website that lists a home or every been verified website or websites used to look people up, all those websites are fucking doxing and they're illegal. It's with malice intent. Just because someone shows an address or someone shows a phone number, someone shows your real name or whatever, technically me and you could call that doxing, sure, but there's nothing illegal about that. Like the illegal portion of doxing is from some type of ill intent, like you want some harm to befall them, whether you say it whether it's implicit or explicit, whether you're outright saying someone should go there and kill this person, or you're saying, oh, I bet you there's people that might want to pay this guy a visit, wink wink. Both of those would be doxing. Or if I just have like a personal vendetta and I've been telling you again and again and again and again and again and again, you guys need to get this guy, I heard him, blah blah blah, and then on my next show I'm like, oh, this is just for information, but here's where he lives. That would also be doxing. I think you can make that case pretty easily. Let me see what this video is somebody just sent to me. Hold on. It is a TikTok video. Oh, I'm sorry, a Twitter video.
We're here at the inauguration. It's the most bizarre scene you ever saw in your life. There's like 100 people at the Biden inauguration. And it's dystopian. So there's nobody here. There's like more people up here.
I got a small dick, but wait till it get home. She gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Thank you. That was through Buy Me a Coffee. That was a 6-pack through Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So I don't know what this is. It looks like they are in like a crow's nest for like media, and it looks like we're talking about Biden's inauguration.
With the press overlooking.
There was a lot of restrictions around Biden's inauguration. It was full-blown COVID at the time. There was, there's military there. There's a lot of restrictions. We weren't supposed to be traveling or getting together at the time. There was a lot of stuff going on then.
Capitol than there are at the inauguration. We're here with Fox News and CNN, and this guy Eric is great from TBN. He's a Middle East correspondent.
Damn, he almost doesn't even look real right there.
Really great coverage. you know, conservative. So, again, it's freezing here. It's like 25 degrees. It's snowing. Kamala Harris and Amy.
I think a lot of the argument around this video falls to the weather. So early that morning, it was like I have people that were boots on the ground there, and I even video chatted one of them literally while maybe 30 minutes before the actual inauguration events were starting. They were in the military, they're in the National Guard. So in the morning, it was spitting snow, right? And it was freezing cold. In the day, later on in the day, the sun actually broke through. The sun came through. And it looked like it was warm, but that was deceiving. You can still see people. There's a sharp wind blowing. It's still very cold. And just because the sun's bright, it gives you the impression that it's warm, but I don't think it is. Well, obviously it isn't. It was still very cold.
Klobuchar just spoke. There are more people at the West Palm Beach
The
airport
sun's coming out right now in this video.
waiting for Trump than there are here at the inauguration. Truly an incredible time in our history. You know, I've been to past inaugurations for W and Trump. You know, there were 500,000 to 1 million people at each event, and even Obama got close to probably 700,000 or something like that.
Yeah, but were any of those in a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, or was the city locked down by the military at that time?
It's eerie.
I don't know that this is a good argument.
You know?
Like two things happened that'll probably never ever happen in our lifetime again. The entire town of Washington, D.C., the entire city was locked down by the fucking military because of the shit that had happened on Jan 6. They were terrified of another riot or whatever you want to call it breaking out. And there was a worldwide pandemic going on.
The first time Biden got thousands of people to his event.
Look, I'm not saying that a ton of people like Biden and would have showed up and they'd have been like millions of people, but a ton of people show up for these events like this no matter who the president is, whether you agree with them or not. Tons of people show up for these just so they can take pictures, just so they can say they were there, just for social media clout, just to hop on the bandwagon. I wouldn't be surprised if there would have been a lot of people there, even if they didn't like Biden, I guess is the argument.
But they're all National Guardsmen who are forced to be here. There is no security threat down here. It's just a lie. And I think they brought in these 25,000 troops because Biden couldn't get enough people to his inauguration to cover.
They brought in the military because Biden couldn't get enough people to show up at his inauguration. Got it. Yeah, I mean, people that disagree with Biden would have been there. Obviously, it's a party, right? It's inauguration. How many times do you see like these fucking weird political parties or things going on or celebrations and like random fucking people just show up because there's free shit there. It's a celebration and they can fucking get some social media clout.
It's very sad. I was going to come on here and try to be funny, but I'm actually sad. This place is a ghost town. All of DC is a ghost town. Their businesses have been pummeled by these lockdowns and all these problems. And, you know, the truth is going to come out. So Biden's going to leave here and go over to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Then he's going to go to a big party.
I don't even know if this is if these crowds are actually true. Let me see. Let's see. The inauguration kept crowds out and tried to bring America in. Now, Biden's made-for-TV swearing in rituals of normalcy ran into reminders that these are anything but normal times. Inauguration Day 2017 was notable in part for who wasn't there. There were vast empty spaces on the National Mall, which the Trump administration would soon deny in the opening shot of its 4-year war on the truth. There were some discrepancies with the way Trump described his own inauguration. The inauguration of President Biden was also defined by absences, but this time they were intentional. For better or for worse, they were the point. Because of the pandemic, the inaugurals organizers asked the crowds to stay away, replacing them with symbols that stood in for the Americans who were staying home, as well as more than 400,000 COVID-19 victims who are no longer with us. All this because of the riot 2 weeks ago by a mob of previous president incited and the lingering threats from violent pro-Trump extremists. The ceremony made the Capitol steps feel like a fragile bubble of democracy secured by a wide perimeter of thousands of troops. Mr. Biden's inauguration then was even more than usual, more than usual, an event produced for television. Our largest virtual space, like so many public and personal events over the last year, it tried to recreate the emotional experience of being there, to voice the pain of separation at a point in time where we might be together for real. So it was at the time defiantly normal.
Incoming Dono clip.
Presenting normalcy as a statement and an ideal after 4 years on a tilt-a-whirl and strikingly unusual. So the intention was to keep people away from there.
Party run by Tom Hanks and his wife at the White House. Then he's going to go to a big party run by Tom Hanks and his wife at the White House. Trying to.
Just like me, you are a very stable genius.
Just like me, you are a very stable genius. Thank you very much. The dono clip. I appreciate the compliment.
Hold back the vomit. So, but Real America's Voice News has the best coverage today. Steve Bannon and Raheem Kassam are on fire on the War Room. John Solomon got a document dump. And it's so incredible, the stuff coming out about the fact that Christopher Steele made up this whole thing as a cover.
I guess the argument here is the
it's
weather.
Verified now, and the real.
The weather's the
out.
argument here. Does the weather match that the inauguration that we saw? Yeah, pretty much. It was spitting snow in the morning and it cleared off later. Sun was out. There wasn't a lot of people there, but that was the point.
That the whole Russia thing was a setup. So they're playing the national anthem at the Capitol right now. Again, there's nobody here. It's the weirdest, most strangest thing ever. And I wonder if we're ever going to be allowed to assemble outside of the Capitol in the mall again.
Well, yeah, it's wide open now. Go there. Good luck.
So stay with us. Turn on americasvoice.news. We're the only ones telling the truth, except for one or two other networks. And we're going to stay with this, okay? I'll catch up with you. Ciao.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't know what there really is to. This is from Joe Rambo. It says, well, the more and more people waking up every day, I'm going to continue to revisit the proofs we had and weren't able to share on mainstream social media. This is the battlefield as far as I'm concerned. I think some of us forgot that the Great Awakening is a process. My comment sections prove that more, so he says that comment sections prove that more are seeing that something just isn't right. They also prove that digital soldiers are many and we are strong. I love seeing everyone add their research to my post. So many quoted retruths are giving the comments credit for more and more proof. Keep it up, friends. We are winning Biden's dystopian inauguration. Now, he says his comments, my comment sections are prove that more are seeing that something just isn't right. Let's look at the comments. My battlefield, every system that is supposed to protect has failed. My daughter, I will use to dismantle them brick by brick. If they cannot hold up justice for a 4-year-old little girl, they aren't worth having in their current state. My 4-year-old has been steadily abused by her stepmother over the last year and a half. Okay, that has nothing to do with it. Then Joe Rambo, the original poster, says, my mother went to jail yesterday for abusing my son. I will pray for you. And then post screenshots, I guess, to prove it. What a weird fucking thing to post. I thought we were talking about the inauguration. And I will keep retweeting them. We have known for 1 to 5 years. People are just now figuring out, waking up. I think it's critical to revisit this stuff because a lot of the info we have saved is no longer out there to be found. Thank you for getting it. I feel like I'm annoying the more experienced crowd. This is a great idea. Those who aren't awake to see the proofs in real time have a hard time making the connections now. That's why I'm doing it. Eye of the storm. Prosecutors tried to hasten Trump trial as he bids for re-election. Wow. This is in London today, front page. This is the video I was referenced this morning. Thanks for posting. Boom, boom. Where are the 81 million? Did you think that every person that voted for him was going to, like, they intentionally tried to keep people out? They sent out the least number of invitations ever. I don't get this. Like, this is this somehow a proof that Joe Biden isn't really the president? This was the point, to have less people there. If he would have had a ton of people there, they would have called him a hypocrite and a piece of shit. And like, I don't get it. Anyways, that's what somebody sent me and asked me to go over it. Somebody also mentioned this. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if these are accurate, but we're about to figure it out. It says, someone saw this on Telegram, and I saw it posted on the site, and I copied it. I have to do some more digging. Looks like Phil Godlewski's real estate purchases. Not sure how to dig. So it says Phil's property purchases. If these are wrong, or if there's extra ones added or inaccurate ones, let me know in the chat. Phil's property purchases, known to date, verified with records, with recorded deeds from government offices. So 115 Huckleberry Lane, $260,000. Arizona, 907 Bella Vista Drive, Lake Havasu City, $2.3 million. Lot 1, Arizona, 2479 Black Rock Court, $695,000. Lot 2, Arizona, 2722 Rainbow Avenue, North Lake Havasu, $150,000. Also Arizona, Lowry House Mortgage for $849,000 by Philazonia. It says it was purchased on 3/30/22 for $950,000. 1235 Lantern Hill Road, Pennsylvania, $1.7 million. 1020 Skyline Drive, Clark Summit, PA. Dad's house, $750,000. PA, Pennsylvania commercial purpose, 351 Kidder, Wilkes Bar purchased on 3/15 for $1.2 million. Nevada, 2202 Stage Stop Drive, Henderson, Nevada, $975,000. The St. Thomas property, C44 Lovenlund Gardens, $3.35 million. Hawaii, 11505 Punapalini Highway, Lahana, Hawaii, $7.5 million. This was purchased on 6/21/23. First property, not an LLC. It's Phil and Carrie Godlewski. Also, the home secures a private mortgage HELOC for $3.75 million, so half of it, given by Patrick and Kevin Theodora, Long Beach, California. Unknown Italy house, possibly pending, at $7 million in Capri. Phil's mom's mortgage paid off. Phil's mother took out a $172,000 mortgage on her Taylor home on 6/27/22. 6 months later, 1/9/23, it was paid off. Curiously, Phil and his mom's relationship took a turn for the better around that time. $7.5 million. It says notice $7.5 million on Lahana, Hawaii. That is where Maui, where Oprah has a house that wasn't touched by the fire, controlled and planned demolition, perhaps. So those are the purchases, the land purchases. I don't know about the Italy pending. The rest of them seem accurate, as far as I know. The rest of them seem pretty accurate. I don't know. That's up to you guys. Let me know what you think. And I'm back. So that was all the stuff I had to go over. So I've got some TikTok videos I want to watch. One of them is I don't know if you guys have seen I think it was in Plum. Hold on. Wasn't that the name of it? Plum, something like that. Plum, Pennsylvania. Plumboro, Pennsylvania, I guess. Pennsylvania Plum House explosion. Have you guys seen the house explode? This is an ABC News clip, but it's got it in it. Check this out.
Tonight, with 5 people now confirmed dead, there are growing
That's us,
questions about what caused a deadly explosion in a Pittsburgh suburb. Officials say gas was not to blame.
So what I've heard from a Facebook group that is local to this area that doesn't seem like it's infiltrated by, there's a bunch of those local groups that are infiltrated by outsiders, and these outsiders hate being behind and having to catch up. Thankfully, it's an option. There you go, tatting kids. A lot of these groups have been invaded by outsiders that are trying to say this, direct energy weapon, stupid stuff, right? But I found a Facebook group around this area, and it seemed like a neighbor's daughter had come forward and said that there were a couple people at this house that exploded, including their neighbors. The guy from their neighbor's house was at this house. They live about 8 houses down, and one of the guys that was like 3 houses down came over. And the reason that they sent out like this all call to help people was because they were having an issue with their hot water heater. Now, if that was a gas hot water heater, that explains a lot here. There's the ring. There's the Ring doorbell footage. It is wild, dude. Check this out.
Explosion in a Pittsburgh suburb. Officials say gas was not to blame. A homeowner provided our affiliate W.
So they're claiming gas is not to blame, but that's really, really, really inaccurate as someone's fixing to pop up and correct it right now.
TAE doorbell video capturing the moment this home exploded Saturday morning, leveling 3 homes and
It's a really nice neighborhood. People have pools in their backyard, their big houses. It's not meth. A gas leak could do that, yeah. It has nothing to do with the water heater. It's the gas that fills the home and explodes.
damaging at least a dozen others.
It's alerted Rustic Ridge Drive, Brookside Drive, getting a report of multiple people
That's right,
buried
Chris.
under debris, of at least one surviving victim. All units requesting fire department stuff.
If there's a gas leak, it literally just fills your home and makes your entire home a bomb. All a bomb is a really, 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 really fast fire, and you're holding it in for a certain amount of time, and the pressure builds up from that fire, and then it blows out the side. So it basically makes, if gas fills your home, it makes your home like the pop in a pop bomb, and the gas is the explosives in a pop bomb. So everything blows out of your house, everything. So there was apparently an issue with the water heater, and neighbors were coming over to kind of help. They said this community is kind of like that the neighbors have come together to like build a deck for so-and-so, and they would, you know, if you're out of town, they'd mow your yard, and, you know, everybody, there was like a group chat for this neighborhood. And apparently, from what I'm hearing, is like people come over to work with this water heater, and there's a gas leak, and once there's a gas leak, basically anything, if the home's full, it has to be not the perfect. There's a thing called the stoichiometric index or whatever. That's like for gasoline, it's 14.7 parts of gas to 1 part of air. That is the perfect ratio that gasoline burns at. Other gases have different ratios, but it doesn't have to be perfect, but there is a golden window. So it doesn't have to be let's say it was gasoline that caused this. Let's say they spilled a bunch of gasoline in this house. It was gas fumes that caused it to explode. It doesn't have to be 14.7 parts to 1 part air, like the mixture in your house. But let's say it has to be between like 12.5 to like 18. You know what I'm saying? Like once it gets to like this golden window of where it would be super explosive and not just like a fireball or something like when you light a grill, like a fireball that pops up in your face. Once it gets in there to that golden zone, basically any spark, like hell, trying to ignite the stove, or somebody smoking a cigarette, or an electrical short where an arc jumps, any spark like that would just set it off, and it would be a gigantic bomb, basically.
First responders.
They're saying that the gas company and officials saying it's not the gas. That's inaccurate. There's what the gas company is saying. Somebody's going to pop on this video and say it in just a second. What they're saying is that their main line was good. They can't tell what happens after they send it through your meter, right? You own with all utilities, most utilities, I shouldn't say all, with most utilities, they own all the way up to the meter. Anything beyond the meter, water, gas, anything like that is your responsibility. So, like, they can say, like, the main line and the meter are working fine, but if you have a fucking hose loose and you're just letting it, you know, go in your house, they can't tell if the water heater's doing that or if the stove's on. You know what I'm saying?
Responders rushing in. Remnants of homes are scattered throughout the.
That's why they put the smelling gas so you would call and get it fixed. Never turn any electrical on or off. Yes, don't turn off any electrical devices on or off. It would be best just if you smell gas, if you have gas appliances and you smell gas, get the fuck out of the house would be step one, and then call someone. The gas company got really mad at me one time because Mariah could swear she smelled gas and how strong it was. So I like rushed home and hit our valve on our side, our pop side. There's a valve to shut the gas off to the house, and I shut it off. Well, the meter still seemed like it was slowly going, so it was like it was bypassing our valve, like our valve didn't have a good seal in it. So I turned their valve as well and like called them. I was like, hey, I shut off the gas. Somebody said, check it out. They think my wife thinks it's a leak. She said she smelled it. I had to rush home for work, blah, blah, blah. And they got mad because I turned off the valve. They're like, that's our property, sir. I was like, would you rather me die in an explosion, or what is the alternate? Like,
I want to point out two things from this ABC World News video, this broadcast. So first they said, well, gas was not to blame. Authorities never said that. Officials never said that. People's Natural Gas, which is our company here, People's Natural Gas.
They're basically saying that the underground buried main lines all the way up to the house were fine. Like they weren't, what they're saying is there wasn't like a leak beside this house and it went in the window and blew up this house. It's not their side. It could be the homeowner's side with gas still.
They stated that the infrastructure was operational. Basically, they're saying that from the mainline system, it was fine. They cannot control what happens once it hits the house. That's the first thing. They are saying this to not cause panic.
By the way, there was also a report of 3 more gas leaks in this area. So I don't know if this explosion, obviously if there's gas there, the explosion is also going to travel back up the line in some way, shape, or form. I'm sure they have check valves and stuff in place. I don't know if it can damage the gas line, though, because there were 3 more reported gas leaks. Now, is that just panic and people in their head thinking, I smell gas, and there was just a home that blew up a couple blocks away? We need to call the gas. But there were 3 more reported gas leaks just yesterday or today.
Because Plum has had 6 house explosions. 6 house explosions due to natural gas. So,
holy shit. Plum has had 6, hold on, Plum, PA, 6. That seems very, like, we have gas here. We're not a very big city, but damn, that seems like a lot. No? If I could even remember 6 houses exploding from our local gas utility, I think I would be very, very wary of it.
they're trying to deflect by saying it's not the gas. But again, Peoples never said that. They just said that their system was operational at the time. The president made a statement, the president of Peoples. Also,
I understand there's some things you can't control. If someone wants to unalive themselves by letting the gas leak and then trying to ignite the stove and blowing up their home, or if, someone does a repair on their own gas line and it's leaking out, there's some things they can't control. It's outside their control. But it seems like 6 is a lot. What is the size of... what is the population in Plumboro? 26,000 people. The city of Plum has 26,000 people, and they've had 6 fucking explosions.
next, you heard the 911 call. It said 1 surviving victim. What a lot of people don't realize is that people were...
I saw a person one time shattered. It's his husband worked in natural gas for many years, fixing leaks, and people ignored the smells. I met people one time that literally, when I was going over to their house, which to be fair, I was buying drugs at the time, but to go to their house, they're like, "Don't mind the gas leak. It's been leaking like that crazy. We don't call unless it gives us a headache." And I'm like, no, I'm not going in there, motherfucker. Are y'all crazy?
Comments were saying, there's no way no one survived that. No one made a phone call after that. You're lying. Look at Hiroshima. Look at what they teach in the military. Oh, next. You heard the 911 call. They just said that their system was operational at the time.
There's a 911 call around this too.
Statement, the president of Peoples. Also, next. You heard the 911 call. It said one surviving victim.
That's right.
What a lot of people don't realize is that people in the comments were saying, there's no way no one survived that. No one made a phone call after that. You're lying. Look at Hiroshima. Look at what they teach in the military. Blast radius. When you take a look at these photos here that I'm going to show at the very end, the debris field was front and back, not side to side. So everything when it explodes has a blast radius. It's like a dome in a way. If you are within so far, like a grenade, if you can get below where that grenade's going to go, like this is a grenade and you're here, you could be fine, but if you're back here, the shockwave will get you. The way that explosives happen, or any explosion, is you have a blast radius. So someone could have survived that very easily, like we were told to the media, off the record by these county detectives. A lot of people, they want to
see
go
if he's got the
straight
911
for
call.
what they see instead of actually researching and knowing the science behind stuff like this. So, food for thought.
There's the debris field does look like front to rear. Even over here, that's the most of the debris field. And 2 more areas destroyed. Let me see. Let this finish playing. If he's got another picture, I don't know. No. Let's see if he's got the 911 call, because I haven't even heard the 911 call.
There are multiple new gas leaks in
I heard this.
Borough,
That's
not
the same thing I
far from
heard.
where the house exploded over the weekend. Now, these leaks are reported in Kathy Lynn Drive.
I don't know.
And the other in Crestview.
It's in Plum if you want to look it up, Legend.
And Mower Drives
City
in
of Plum.
the Regency Park neighborhood. It's only 10 minutes.
It's in Allegheny County. That's not far from fucking, maybe I'm wrong. Why do I remember Allegheny County? I was going to say that's not far from from Scranton and shit, but maybe I might be wrong. I might be crazy. Allegheny. Why have I heard? Yeah, I guess it is. It's over on the east side of Pittsburgh. It looks like I've heard Allegheny County in something, and I don't know what. It's a long ways from Scranton. It's like probably 4 or 5 hours. But why did I hear? What did I hear with Allegheny County? That's something. Anyways, back to
away from where the house exploded, which killed 5 people and injured 3 others. A major lawsuit.
Easy, Wivelwat. I know all about you from Scott Waddles.
Started in 2008 after a home explosion killed Richard Leith and threw his 4-year-old granddaughter across the street on Mardi Gras Drive because he was babysitting his granddaughter at the time the house exploded. There have been many house explosions in Plum over the years, so this only adds more fear to those who live in the area, especially now that there's 2 additional new gas leaks. Now, our crews there yesterday saw a ton of People's Gas employees.
I don't trust you, Wivelwat. That's exactly what Wivelwat would say. I don't know if, I don't work on gas. But is it the case that in other systems, let's say we have a hydraulic system and a hydraulic ram system, okay? It's like you push a button and a ram opens something up, a door or the end bell of something, whatever. If the pressure regulator goes bad, some pressure regulators are made to fail open and some are made to like fail closed. So what that means is like, let's say from the main line, I get 1,000 pounds of pressure, 1,000 PSI, but I have to regulate that down to 100 to use it with this RAM. Okay. I got 1,000 pounds of pressure over here, but there's a regulator that regulates it down to 100. We're just using easy numbers. Now, if that regulator's not there, I'll have too much pressure at my piston, right? Whatever I'm operating. If it fails closed, let's say all of them should fail closed. If it fails closed, I'll either get 100 PSI or less, maybe 0 PSI. If it fails open, which is a bad design, but stuff's been designed poorly before. If it fails open, then the pressure regulator goes bad. I might get way more than 100 PSI I'm allowed at the hydraulic ram. So is it the case in a gas system that if a pressure regulator goes bad, that there could potentially be too much pressure on the line coming into the house, which could like blow out seals or other things that are line seals that are in gas appliances? How much pressure is on a natural gas line? Failing open would be a bad design, and you think they would fix that. This says natural gas is compressed in transmission pipelines to pressures typically ranging from 500 to 1,400 pounds of PSI. The pressure from a residential gas line is only between 5 and 7 inches of water column, or which would be 0.5 to 0.7 PSI. Very, very low pressure on residential side. And I'm sure you have to have some type of regulators or step down. I wonder if they have too much pressure, which is causing issues. 6 seems like a lot. 6 seems like a lot.
And executives there digging up random people's yards while they were looking at all of the pipes and valves. There are multiple new gas leaks in Plum Borough, not far from where the house exploded over the weekend. Now, these leaks are...
So what else he's got here?
Crews are on scene of yet another gas leak in Plum Borough.
Oh, CBS News is just reporting 2 more gas leaks found in different Plum neighborhood days after deadly house. That wasn't the one that... I don't think that's from 3 hours ago. I don't see another one from 3 hours ago that 5 people were dead. The one with 5 people dead is the one that happened 3 days ago.
Multiple crews were dispatched to the Blue Ridge Road area for a report of a gas leak. Now, people in the Plum area has said that there have been
Oh, I might be thinking about Allegheny County, Virginia. That makes sense.
Numerous gas leaks reported in the area. This is
because I've worked in Pennsylvania a couple times, but I've worked all over fucking Virginia. I had Dominion power plants, even some Duke power plants in Virginia.
Roughly 14 minutes away, about 6.5 miles away from where the house explosion was over the weekend. Now, this is a developing story. Today we're going to be looking at the Plum House explosion here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But first, we need to figure out what we're dealing with. Dude. So the red dot is the house that exploded, owned by Paul and Heather Orvitz. Now, Brookside Drive, which is off of Rustic Ridge Drive, is where Casey and Keegan Klontz lived. He worked for the natural gas company. Then you have Kevin Sabina, who resided on Brookside Drive.
So these are the other people that died or were injured. Either from being in such close proximity or they were over there helping the neighbor.
As well, next is the borough manager, Mike Thomas, followed by Paul and Heather.
We set them at 0.5 PSI here. They didn't always require people to be licensed to do gas pipe. They changed that while I was doing it. Okay. So like, I know I installed my mom and dad's new gas range. And like, because it's my parents and I don't even know if they would notice a smell right away or blah, blah, blah. Like I checked and checked and checked that thing. Like I hooked it up, then I sprayed it with like soapy water to look for bubbles. Then I pushed it back and I sprayed it again. Then I waited like an hour and I had my buddy bring out a meter to where he could take an air sample. Like I was freaking out about it. I would hate to be the one that, caused my parents' apartment to blow up.
Heather Orvitz. Now, they've all lived here in Rustic Ridge Drive, the whole community, for quite a while. Again, Casey Klontz, he worked for the natural gas company, and this is the aftermath. So you have all of these guys in the basement of Paul and Heather Orovitz' house at 141, and the house adjacent and next to the Orovitz was Borough Manager Mike Thomas. This was his house. I hope this helps.
So it looks like there was 2 houses that were destroyed, but everybody else is over and in the basement helping. One of them worked for the gas company. Let's see if I can get that to reload. Hold on.
Today we're going to be looking at the Plum House explosion here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But first, we need to figure out what we're dealing with. So the red dot is the house that exploded.
So this house exploded, and I'm assuming this house beside it as well, or houses on both sides. It looks like they were destroyed.
Owned by Paul and Heather Orovitz. Now, Brookside Drive, which is off of Rustic Ridge Drive, is where Casey and Keegan Klontz lived. He worked for the natural gas company.
All right, so the gas guy was there.
Then you have Kevin Sabina, who resided on
and his wife. The gas guy and his wife, it looks like, plus the neighbor and the 2 people in there. Is that the 5?
As well. Next is the borough manager, Mike Thomas, followed by Paul and Heather Orovitz. Now, they've all lived here in Rustic Ridge Drive, the whole community, for quite a while. Again, Casey Klontz, he worked for the natural gas company, and this is the...
Yeah, there's the pool. So that house was destroyed as well, or caught fire or something, and so did this one. The 3 houses for sure, and a bunch more damage.
Aftermath. So
was Mike Thomas killed in his own basement, or was he in the basement with others? They were all in the basement at the Orovitz house. They were all in the basement at the Orovitz house. So that I'm almost positive they're working on the water heater. I know like the news isn't going to come out with that yet, but that's what it seems like.
You have all of these guys.
I used to do gas transmission line clearing, and they would allow housing developers to build all around 30-inch transmission lines, and people had no clue they lived in the incineration zone. Damn.
Guys in the basement of Paul and Heather Orovitz
tested it for 15 psi for 24 hours.
And
you would think that, like, I understand there might still be some old infrastructure. So let's say you move into an older house that's got gas. There may be an old pressure regulator or whatever there, just like with a water pressure regulator. It might be an old one, blah, blah, blah. But it seems like appliances are something that get replaced pretty often, especially in like this looks like a wealthier area. The houses are really nice. You would think they would have nice appliances, so the seals and stuff would be good in them. This had to be something like the guy had a leak and he can't find it, and he calls over and they're all sitting there and don't realize how much gas is in there. I know after a while you kind of get used to the smell. You can get same thing with bleach. Like bleach can get to the point to where you get used to the smell, even though there's a ton of fucking bleach there, and other people walk in and about knock them down, and you're already used to it.
House adjacent and next to the Orovitz was borough manager Mike Thomas. This was his house. I hope this helps.
Orovitz. Hold on. Let me watch this one more time. Hold on.
Today we're going to be looking at the Plum House explosion.
I want to know which one was the Orovitz house.
But first, we need to figure out what we're dealing with. So the red dot is the house that exploded, owned by Paul and Heather.
So it's the center one.
Orovitz.
Owned by Paul and Heather Orovitz. Okay.
Now, Brookside Drive, which is off of Rustic Ridge Drive.
And then this guy with the pool, okay, I think I got it.
This is a video for everyone who said that I was
this guy's got the same thing.
That this was all a made-up scheme by me in regard to the Plum House explosion. Look at this, guys. Right here, the Allegheny County Fire Marshal's Office has confirmed that the house that exploded in Plum on Saturday had hot water tank issues. I said that
homeowners had hot water tank issues before Plum House explosions, officials say. Good. If that's newer done work with that many issues in that area, it could be some shitty work done by the company itself or contractors they hire. They work in phases on a grid. When a utility worker is present with a bad leak, typically they will have people evacuate. They can read the amount of gas in the air. Yeah. I have a buddy who has. I've had to do air samples, and I have a buddy who has. Anytime we go into a confined space and shit, we do the same thing: pull air samples. It'll tell you the amount of combustibles or deadly toxins or whatever.
My sources were tied in with the Allegheny County detectives who work alongside the fire marshal's office. You guys sat here saying that I was full of crap, that
looks like a transmission line of some kind running right through the middle of that subdivision. That's kind of scary. You know, imagine smelling gas and maybe also having some type of issue with your water heater. Or imagine that the water heater is the only gas appliance you have. So if you smell gas, you're down there trying to figure out where the fuck it's coming from. It's got to be the water heater. That's the only place we use gas. And then it actually comes from a transmission line. And then you still explode.
blah, blah, blah. Nope. I was right. My sources were right. You were wrong. To sit here during a tragedy like this, tried to discredit me as a journalist, all because you didn't agree with it. Well, they said that there was no gas.
The gas company didn't officially respond, though. That's not what we're saying. A guy who works for the gas company came over and ended up dying in the blast. But it wasn't like he was dispatched there by the gas company. Hell, it was the weekend, I think, right? It was 3 days ago. It was Saturday or Sunday. Saturday morning.
Gas issues, blah, blah, blah. I told you what happened. I told you what.
Yeah, the meter we use is just a little air pump, and you can attach a hose to it, or you can just do like a, what do they call it? They call it a something else reading, where you just like set it down. But you can attach a little hose to it where you don't have to even go into an area. Well, I say little hose. As long as hose you want. It's a little air pump that pulls air in, and it pulls a sample. If you change the hose length, you have to change some settings in there. Because like obviously it's only going to pull so much air, and if you have 100-foot hose on it, like it's not even going to cycle all the way from the the end of the hose. You have to change the length of the hose, but that's about it.
Happened. But again, I'm a journalist. I have my sources. Don't question me. This is Kevin Sabina. Unfortunately, he is another fatality within the Plum House explosion. Kevin's daughter did speak out to news media later this afternoon, confirming that her father passed away in this terrible tragedy. Now, apparently, he did live 3 houses away at the time of the explosion, so he resided 3 houses down. Now, they are saying that he went to the Orovitz at 141, the address 141, to help a neighbor. Again, my sources here are saying that they all basically went to this house, went to the Orovitz house to help with what appeared to be a water heater,
little air pump is my DJ name.
Malfunction. Again, this is what my sources say, and it's making more sense. In addition,
is natural gas heavier than air? Natural gas is lighter than air. You'd think it would, and rapidly dissipates in air when it's released. You'd think it wouldn't set along the bottom.
I made a post several hours ago saying that Heather Orovitz and Michael Thomas also passed away. The mayor is now confirming both Heather Orovitz and Michael Thomas passed away. Heather and Paul resided in the house that blew up. It was their home. Heather was the director of community development, but her husband is still alive in the burn unit in the intensive care
the husband may be the only one that survived out of all this
unit there at UPMC Mercy. There is a breaking news alert in regard to the Plum House explosion. The homeowner survived the blast. Paul Orovitz is still alive after the explosion. Again, sources close to NBC did say
crazy.
that Heather Orovitz.
That's what we used, I think. It was called a Sinsit, I think was like the brand of it or something. Sinsit. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But it was like a confined space monitor. But it picked up on, obviously, stuff like natural gas. Any type of combustibles, the oxygen, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide. It picked up on all kinds of shit. You could also test for methane, propane, natural gas, like everything.
who was the unnamed female borough employee who died in the blast, that her husband was still in the intensive care unit, the burn unit, that her husband, Heather Orovitz, who was the unnamed female borough employee who died in the blast, that her husband was still in the intensive care unit, the burn unit here at UPMC Mercy. As you can see, it says Paul is fighting for his life after the horrific accident. So we do have confirmation that Paul Orovitz is still alive, and if the NBC source...
This guy, I don't know if he's a journalist by whatever definition you want to use, but he seems almost like internet autistic, like I am. Like he does a lot of research, even when he doesn't know a topic. Like I watched him cover some shipping stuff and the Titan sub thing. It seems like he dives into research.
Who I also
He's an autist, like me.
have heard from my sources is correct, which it most likely is that the two borough employees, Heather Orovitz, Paul's wife, and Michael Thomas, they unfortunately passed away in this blast. Now, Michael Thomas was inside of the Orovitz home at 141, the address 141. In addition to Casey and Keegan Klontz was inside the house as well at 141. According to sources, it looks like the homeowner who was at the house that exploded in Plum survived the blast. So as we take a look here at...
But there were 5 bodies pulled from the rubble, right?
WPXI, an NBC and Fox affiliate here, we can...
2 days ago, 4 people were dead. The 5th was unconfirmed. But I think it's saying 5 people dead, including a child. Okay, that's the missing person, 1 child. Because there's 5 adults there. If one of them's still alive, that doesn't mean 5 people died. But apparently there was 1 child. Not released the names, ages of victims. Family member tells Pittsburgh Action News that 2 of the victims were father and son. Casey and Keegan Klontz, father and son. Okay, that's who I was accounting for.
You can see it says sources tell Channel 11 that 2 Plum Borough employees died in a house explosion Saturday, including Plum Borough manager Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas lived at the 139 address. Thomas lived 1 home over from where the explosion happened, but he was inside the home that exploded at the time. The female borough...
Because I was wondering, I honestly, like, when they started saying, like... When they started saying that all these people were in the home at the time, before the hot water heater leak thing, I thought it might have been like a unaliving event, like self-unaliving and unaliving others, right? Like invite people over, then blow up the fucking house. Like it sounded crazy. But now that there was like a hot water tank issue, one of them was an employee of the gas company that they knew, they were friends with, and the other ones were neighbors trying to help out. That makes sense.
Employee had not been identified, but we've learned that her husband remains in hospital in critical condition. Now, you may be asking why I am saying the homeowner, which would be Paul, why he survived the blast. Well, we do know by looking at the Plum Borough website, there was only 2 employees that lived within that general vicinity of...
Here's the statement from the gas company. It says, Mike Cure, president of the People's Gas, said gas service was shut off to the Rustic Ridge neighborhood by 11:30 a.m. Saturday. Gas crews checked for gas leakages following the explosion and determined the gas system had been operating as designed. Who said no timeline had been established for return. So their system's working as designed. That doesn't mean that it wasn't caused by gas, like ABC News ran with. The local ABC is like, the gas company's saying this explosion wasn't caused by gas. They don't know what happens outside of their system. And here's a perfectly easy scenario. Let's say that the water heater's not working. You go down there to look. You tell you have a leak. You're trying to fix it. It's still leaking, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, the neighbors come over, and one of them works for the gas company. He's like, God damn, that's like too much of a leak. Like, there's too much gas that's been leaking out. Go out and shut off the gas right quick. And as you're on your way, or let's say you go shut off the gas, and then as you're coming back in, boom, it explodes. Well, even then, the gas system would be shut off to the house, but there's still gas in the house that exploded.
139, 141, and 143. 139 is where Michael Thomas was. 141, which is where the blast occurred, belonged to Paul and Heather Orovitz. Heather Orovitz is the director of community development, whereas Michael Thomas, the neighbor, was the borough manager. We also know from a Trib.
So basically, a city manager and another person within the city. They both died. A gas employee, a gas company employee died, and then the husband and a son. No, the husband's still alive, but the son of one of them.
Article that Kelly and Harrison or Hetrick, who lived in 143, was outside and gave Trib an interview, which leaves Heather Orovitz as that unnamed female borough employee who was killed. Now, it did say that the female's husband remains in critical condition at UPMC. This new information is coming out.
Yeah, it's just fucking destroyed.
It was video from one of my guys here. Yeah, I'm definitely not a journalist. I never worked for a news publication. I'm just a TikToker. I'm just a guy with a cell phone and massive broadcast studio behind me. Yep. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend, I definitely have no stories backing who I am or me being a journalist. Yep, none at all.
Oh, he is an actual journalist.
Staff reporter. Nice.
He does do really good research, at least.
Tonight, with 5 people now confirmed dead, there are growing questions about what.
Did a rogue missile hit the Plum house that exploded?
Oh my God, how is this even a rumor?
So in all honesty, we need to have a conspiracy talk discussion, guys. So when I do my news reporting,
it was Russian,
I
someone
pretty
said.
much do the facts. That's all I do. Sometimes I'll give a brief opinion if one is needed. But I'm looking at these comments. I'm looking at the comment section, guys. I love everyone who wants to comment and do share it. I love that.
Did you guys see the in Michigan, they were having an air show, and a MiG, I don't remember which model it was, one of the MiGs that were flying over the air show, the pilot and co-pilot had to eject, and the fucking plane went down, and at first, it was reported at an apartment complex, hit an occupied apartment complex. I think it was then reported that it was actually the grounds of an apartment complex, but not the actual building. Did you guys see that video?
But,
some of these MiG-23
missile conspiracy things are just very outlandish. And there's homeowners who live nearby telling people, because again, I have law sources everywhere, and there are neighbors saying that their neighbors are saying it was a rogue missile strike. I think ever since the whole 9/11 Pentagon missile/plane theory came out, it really hit a nerve with some Americans.
Ejections are not super safe either. Like, I'm surprised they both ejected as well as they did. It was a minor injury to the pilot, or at least that's what was reported when I looked into it.
But again, I don't believe that a rogue missile would have struck this.
That's what I just asked. Did you see the video where they ejected?
This house in Plum, and again, my sources are very close to the investigators. They are close to the family. I have a wide range of sources, and when
hit the cars. At first, they said it was just that property of the apartment. Then it said unoccupied vehicles. You're right.
Much all of them are in agreement with one thing, then I know that is true. It's called journalism. People tell you things off the best. For example,
thunder over Michigan.
Investigators, in this case, in regard to the phone call and the soldering of a hot water tank, came from someone within the investigators
which is extremely lucky. I'm sure the pilots, we'll watch in just a second. I'm sure the pilots probably, before they pulled the eject, I'm sure they probably thought about like where can we put this down to cause the least amount of damage. But still, there could have been anybody in any one of those cars. Obviously, they didn't have a better spot. But usually, that's one of the things that goes to a pilot's head. Like, if you have to eject, Where's a good place to eject, and where's the plane going to go to afterwards? It says, while it did not appear they sustained any injuries, first responders transported the pilot's pair to a nearby hospital as a precaution. Maybe there's something else now. No one at the apartment complex was northy. We'll watch it in just a second. Let him finish.
We have an update in.
Oh, hell, it skipped anyway. So let's go. Let's watch it. See if we got it. That's not it. I just had a link to. Oh, it's here. I pulled it up.
Video dominating headlines. A fiery plane crash in the middle of an air show. Incredibly, the pilot and passenger were unhurt, ejecting just seconds before impact.
Overnight, the NTSB said one of its investigators was on its way to the scene,
Oh, absolutely. I just spoke, didn't land on a freeway, or I'm going to step aside so you can see right by the apartment complex, literally feet away.
Damn, that
next
is
to that
pretty close to the
tree
apartment.
is a piece of the plane. That's how close it this morning. We have Homeland. Joy quickly turned into fear as thousands of people staring at the sky to watch the finale of the Thunder Over Michigan air show see
now watch this
pilots
fireball when it
parachuting out
goes
of a
down.
plane, followed by a billowing cloud of blue smoke.
Boom!
At
Like
first,
that
I didn't know
is
if this
not
was
good.
something that was like part of the show, and then we saw the explosion. It was like it's obviously not part of the show at all. So I'm just in disbelief.
Ryan Jacobowski.
I don't care about the news. I just wanted to see the clip. It's a pretty short clip. Is this it? Damn, it's still the news. I don't want to see the news. I don't care about your opinion.
Just in. Oh no! Oh my! Let's take a look.
You didn't even hear the ejections.
Oh my God! Oh no! Yeah, so for
they
a
didn't
while
show the
there,
explosion?
That jet was flying without pilots and crashed, and it was erupted in a fireball. The pilots ejected
This is a
from
different
the
angle,
aircraft
though.
over the Willow Run Airport, and then you can see there they parachuted to safety, and the rest of the show had to be cancelled, and spectators were told to return to their vehicles. The cause of the crash is not yet known. Nobody was injured, but the video goes on.
I can't believe nobody was injured. That's crazy.
Eventually the jet crashes, and then
That is
there was,
crazy.
quite a large explosion, but thankfully those pilots had already ejected.
Oh, you're good. That nobody was injured. That seems pretty wild to me. I got some other videos. Imagine coming home to your house with no fucking roof. A good one.
A woman came home last week to find a contractor had torn the roof off her house. Only problem, she never hired anyone to work on the house, and the contractor was nowhere around to fix it. Randy Hart of Milwaukee lives on 21st and Ohio Avenue. She came home after dark but noticed debris in her yard and tools scattered around. Once she got a flashlight to figure out what had happened, she realized the roof had apparently been ripped off in what looked like the beginning of a roof replacement. Realizing the situation, Hart called the police. Milwaukee police obtained ring camera video from the neighbors showing the black pickup and two men coming and going during the morning, then leaving in the afternoon. So far, they've never come back and have not.
They left in such a hurry. They left their tools there. Like somehow, at some point in the day, they got a phone call or checked Google Maps or something, and they realized that they had started ripping the wrong roof off of the wrong house. And they left their tools and everything, just dipped.
Have not been identified. They left in such a hurry they didn't even grab their tools, including roof brackets, a hammer, and even a pry bar. Even with insurance, the bizarre incident leaves Hart with more than $1,000 in bills and the feeling of disappointment that whoever did it didn't simply admit their mistake. Hart's insurance company found a company to put a tarp over the roof by the next day as it was torn down to the bare wood. Hart said a roofing company she's looking to hire said that she should replace the entire roof while she's at it so that the age of the roof will be consistent. She's still not sure if she has budget for this, since she said, quote, "A new roof wasn't even on my radar."
Damn, that would suck. Damn. They knew they were fired and said, fuck it, yeah. Or it was like a rinky dink, like just those two guys are the only people at the company or whatever. This guy does a lot of really good stories that other people don't cover. This is about, somebody emailed me this. This is about Michael Orr.
Let's do a full breakdown
and the Blind Side story or whatever. You guys remember the movie The Blind Side? Well, apparently he's claiming some stuff about his adoptive parents now.
Let's do a full breakdown of the recent Michael Oher story, whose life story was also supposedly depicted in the movie Blindside. This one's a little longer than normal. If you can't watch now, tap the save button, come back later. Michael Oher, the subject of the 2009 movie The Blind Side, has alleged that the central part of his story, which was that he was adopted by a wealthy family, is false. Instead of adopting him, he said the Toohey family established a conservatorship in which they profited from his name, image, and likeness. Michael Oher, now 37, filed a petition.
I thought Sandra Bullock was his mom.
In Shelby County, Tennessee probate court asking for the conservatorship to be dissolved. A conservatorship is a legal appointment allowing a party to handle the financial and personal affairs of another person. Oher is also requesting that the Tooheys account for his assets as required by the conservatorship, pay him any money he was owed over the years with interest, pay his attorney's fees and punitive damages, and be sanctioned for violating the terms of the conservatorship.
Well, they get everything. Where they have a full conservatorship, they basically get everything. And they have to be responsible for all his assets underneath it. Like, at some point, they can just be audited like a nonprofit or anything else.
Spent 8 years as an offensive tackle in the NFL, but he began playing football at Brayercurse Christian School in the Memphis area all the way back in 2003. During his senior year there, he played in the Tennessee All-State game for football and basketball and the Army All-American Bowl game. He had multiple football scholarship offers according to the petition. At the time, he was a ward of the state and often spent night in the homes of his classmates. The summer after his junior year, Oher began intermittently staying with Sean and Leanne Toohey and their two children, Sean Jr.
That's not Sandra Bullock.
And Collins. The Tooheys invited Oher to live with them in July of that summer.
Or Tim McGraw. What is going on here?
According to the petition. Oher said Leanne and Sean Toohey told him that they loved him and encouraged him to call them mom and dad, supposedly also saying that they would adopt him. Where other parents of Michael's classmates saw Michael simply as a nice kid in need, conservative Sean Toohey and Leanne Toohey saw something else, a gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit, according to the petition. Shortly after moving in, Oher said the Tooheys presented him with the conservatorship because he was over 18 years of age. However, he was told the document was for all intents and purposes an adoption, according to the petition. As it turns
So they've even made a movie about the kindness of these people, but because he's 18 years old, it seems like it might have been a setup from the get-go because they just saw that they could benefit off of him. Yeah, he was a ward of the state. Yeah, he bounced around from house to house. They found a way to according to the petition. I'm not saying it's true. Just like when we say according to the indictment. But if this is true, it's really bad.
Turns out the document said the Tooheys would have the full co-legal custody, guardianship, and conservatorship of the said Michael Jerome Williams Jr., and that Oher could not enter or negotiate contracts or make medical decisions by himself. Oher said he found out in February of this year that he had no legal familiar relation to the Tooheys. Journalist and author.
So he just found out now, because in The Blind Side, they kind of played like he was like mentally handicapped. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they kind of played like there was something wrong with him. And from what I've heard, there's not that much like wrong with, like he's not extremely brilliant or nothing, but he can take care of himself.
Michael Lewis wrote a book about the Oher's life called The Blind Side, Evolution of the Game, which was published in 2006. The Tooheys began negotiating a movie adaptation of the book with 20th Century Fox later that year, the petition says. The movie went on to make at least $300 million at the worldwide box office. The Tooheys made millions while Oher received nothing, according to the petition. Requests for comment from Leanne Toohey and the Toohey family's nonprofit organization Making It Happen were not immediately returned to NPR or any other media outlet. Oher also alleges his name was signed on a 2007 document that would give 20th Century Fox, without any payment whatsoever, the perpetual, unconditional, and exclusive right throughout the world to use and portray Michael Oher's name, likeness, voice, appearance, personality, personal
Jesus, with no end,
incidents, situations, and events tied to the book and movie that led up to the 2008 NFL Draft according to the petition. Orr said in the petition, if the Tuohys forged the document, they should give up all the money that they made from the movie, including interest, and pay other punitive damages. Orr additionally accused the Tuohys of violating the terms of the contract by failing to file annual accounts on Orr's assets, saying they should be sanctioned. According to the 2004 filing for the conservatorship, Orr wanted the Tuohys to be his legal guardian at least until the age of 25, until it was dissolved by a court before that point. But Orr's petition filed Monday said this conservatorship is unnecessary as Michael Orr is capable of handling his own affairs. Let's do a full...
Yeah, I don't think he's at the point where he can't handle his own affairs. I would think that, especially with the money he's made, he can just hire a lawyer. He doesn't need...
Breaking news, the editor's already gone home today, so I'm just shooting on my phone.
Oh, this was a weird thing. A fucking... during Kamala Harris's motorcade, a Seattle police officer, a motorcycle cop, fell 60 feet or 50 feet or some shit.
Kamala Harris is in Seattle. Her motorcade was just involved with a serious incident. One of the police officers, who was a local with Bellevue PD, a motorcycle officer, went off the Michigan Street overpass 50 to 60 feet down to the road deck down on I-5. Here's what we know right now.
Yeah, I'm saying he didn't need a conservatorship. He never should have signed it. And then with the money he made, he could have hired a lawyer and an accountant, and just like everybody else does that has money.
A Bellevue Police Department officer reportedly fell 50 to 60 feet off the Michigan Street on-ramp in Seattle while serving on the detail for Vice President Kamala Harris's motorcade. Bellevue PD said the officer landed on the southbound lanes of I-5 and is currently being treated for injuries at Harborview Medical Center, but is said to be alert.
They don't bring anything to the deal. Like, he doesn't need a conservatorship, and he doesn't need anybody to manage his money. They didn't bring anything to the deal. It was his talent, his everything.
Conscious. It's unclear exactly what led up to the incident, but Washington State Patrol is investigating, and here is Bellevue PD's tweet. A Bellevue motorcycle officer was seriously injured during an incident while on service detail for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Some people are saying it was the heat that this guy, this is Photo G Steve 81 on TikTok. Photo G Steve 81 on TikTok. He is he used to do photography and stories for like AP. And then he started TikTok reading stories that like mainstream media didn't put out, because there's so much news going on in a 24-hour news cycle from around the world that some stories just don't get reported that much. So he found not reported stories and would play them or report them or whatever, and he blew up on TikTok. He's like a paid creator on TikTok now. Some people are claiming it was the heat. Like, he stopped at an overpass to block it off so no one would be above the VP, right? And he passed out and fell off the side of the bridge. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what people are claiming from the area.
A massive fire at a notorious encampment in Seattle known for dead bodies, crime, and other problems now has one arrested for reckless burning yesterday. Around 6 p.m., crews were dispatched to the area of I-5 and Mercer Street ramps. Seattle fire crews were able to extinguish the fire without
a massive fire in a homeless encampment.
No injuries were reported. People who live right next to the encampment say this is far from the first time the fire department has been. 3 people were shot in a single incident this weekend in Seattle, and the SPD is looking for anyone knowing anything to share information. A young, black, and unapologetic city council member, Josh Benda, now has a recall campaign launched against him after multiple
This is Josh Benda. I don't know if you guys have kept up with this story, but he is a local politician, and basically they claim they busted him for like spending campaign funds on like travel and expensive suits and vacation, shit like that. It's been pretty wild. Anyways, check out Florida woman. Here you go, Jess. This is all about you.
A Florida woman doused herself in Diet Mountain Dew to erase DNA after killing her roommate while she was in front of police after North Carolina.
Jess, you're always bitching about Tennessee. Got anything to say? Does Diet Mountain Dew remove the DNA from your body?
A Florida woman doused herself in Diet Mountain Dew to erase DNA after killing her roommate while she was in front of police after North Carolina University found that Diet Mountain Dew sweetener can actually break down DNA. But, spoiler alert, it didn't work in this case. 35-year-old Nicole Max is charged with tampering with evidence, resisting arrest with violence, and premeditated first...
Did they say Diet Mountain Dew as in DEW? as in direct energy weapon.
Degree murder in the death of 79-year-old Michael Sarasoli on August 5th. Firefighters were called to a smoldering home in the 600 block of Clark Street at 1:46 a.m. on July 1st. After quickly extinguishing the flames, first responders found Sarasoli lying face down in a blood-spattered room. He had suffered blunt force trauma to the head and stab wounds to the torso. 2 cell phones were recovered near the body. One belonged to the victim, while the other, which had a bloody knife balanced on top of it, belonged to Max. Less than 2 hours later, police said they spotted a barefoot Max with blood on her leg and ripped shirt outside a Crystal restaurant in the nearby community of Holly Hill. When they approached, police said she dropped a knife and a hammer at their feet. When pressed, police said she conceded that she knew the man but denied seeing him on the day he was murdered. Then she shifted again, telling police she currently lived with Sarasoli and was at the home earlier that day. Police then took Max into custody for more.
We are e-begging to pay the light bill. Thank you for reminding me, Doc. Oh, no, that's the food bill. What are you talking about? Light bill's paid. It's not due. The cutoff for it's not, no, like 30 days away. We're paying the grocery bill. Dr. J, your name's Banana. Think groceries.
Questioning. When asked about the weapons she had dropped, police said Max became agitated and demanded a lawyer. Police returned later with a warrant to test the woman's bloodied body for DNA evidence. Max then asked for a can of Diet Mountain Dew, and police obliged. She began to procrastinate with the drink, and detectives tried to pull the can away from her. Then Max began to resist and poured the can of soda all over her body and hair, pulling away from.
So you know she had to read this study that North Carolina found that Diet Mountain Dew can destroy DNA evidence. She had to read this study and then plan this out.
Officers in attempt to interfere with the possible evidence on her body, according to the affidavit. A recent study at a Carolina university indicated that sucralose, a common artificial sweetener also known as Splenda, and
Diet Mountain Dew, I don't know if I'm allergic or have a reaction or what. Diet Mountain Dew gives me the worst fucking headache. And it's the sweetener in it, because I've had other drinks that had the same sweetener in it. There's a brand of green tea that has it in it. It gives me the worst headache. I don't know if that's I guess it wouldn't be an allergy. I don't know. It gives me the worst fucking headache in the world.
Found in Diet Mountain Dew and other sodas.
My mom loved it. I can't drink it at all.
Material that makes up DNA. While researchers found that the sweetener could put people at risk for disease and wear down the lining of intestines, it's unclear whether dousing oneself in soda would actually eliminate forensic evidence.
So she may have just read the study incorrectly. Maybe that's it. In other news, Yori had a big day today. She told me that I was completely clear to cover this. Yori's had a big day. She's been telling us secretly, tweeting about it, talking about it. She had an amazing day today. Let me tell you all about it. I actually have a video from her day. And here we go.
The first anti-rat day of action was held in Harlem.
We've had rats the size of...
This is it. This is Little Haiti. This is in Little Haiti. This is her big day.
The first anti-rat day of action was held in Harlem.
We've had rats the size of Crocs. Just running up and down the street like a Croc shoe.
Just chilling. Running the block, okay? The size of a Croc.
Size 8. Running up and down.
An average size 8.
A Croc shoe, an average size 8, running up and down the street.
Rats need food, water, and shelter to survive. Today, we're going to cut off their food source and
4 rats per parking spot. That's why she can't find any parking.
Reduce their habitat. Take away the places they can live.
The size of an average 8 Croc. That's the rats that are going on here, by God. That's the rats that are going on here. The fuck? We also had this amazing meme. That was delivered to us. Hold on, let me see if I can open it for you guys. Oh. Oh, that. I can't stop looking at it. It's like it's looking at me. This is, I think this is from the Orange is the New Black. I'm pretty sure. Jesus. Also, someone shared me over in in one of the Shelly adjacent channels a screenshot of me doing decodes while I was texting Shelly, and it says, "Here is the name of the Rumble channel. I came across him a year or so ago, and he doesn't believe in this movement and makes fun of it all. He is evil and disgusting, and he sounds like he's working for the devil. He sounds like he's working for the devil." That is forwarded from RN222, Mission from God, Truth and Justice, American flag explosion. There you go. So that was that's a funny meme. I don't know who the fuck did that. It was very funny. Oil and gas wells. Oh, you're saying, I'm sorry. I thought you said they had an actual, like, I thought you were talking about a well, like a water well. Maybe I'm an idiot. It's a yellow well, which a yellow well means that's a conventional oil and gas well in that neighborhood. That's crazy. On Rustic Ridge Drive, the neighborhood that exploded, they have a conventional oil and gas well. They also have a, whatever green is, a not drilled future planned well near there. Well. It is a well drilled in the traditional sense in that a location is chosen above the reservoir and a well is drilled vertically downward, a conventional well. Well, that's some information I didn't have. Thank you. Anyway, Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw's in trouble for adopting Michael Orr, Quentin Aaron. We all know about that. This meme is very good. I wanted to see if any of these... Has there been any updates here? Where the fuck is Linda Benda? No updates on her YouTube. No updates on our TikTok. Let's see. See Linda Benda. Is she banned or some shit? Like, there's literally no updates. What is Linda Benda doing? What's she doing? Doesn't seem very healthy. I figured she could use at least a couple updates. That's a bunch of shit forwarded from Melon's chat. Melon's chat's been kind of crazy all day. Let's see. Off-duty Florida sheriff helps arrest a man who led police on a pursuit. Let's check that one out. And one a few blocks away.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll turn in there, all right?
Oh, no.
Alpha 45, Central 12F.
They love me.
10-4. He turned left on Catalina. Did you see a black Mercedes go this way? Which way? That way? Yeah. 45 Central, I just got flagged down. He's still headed westbound on Catalina, headed towards the YMCA. It's got a cover plate, and it should be a Tim tag, Hispanic male, black hoodie.
Right there at Williamson. Alright, everyone's got to give us a channel. Eastbound still.
Oh, the helicopter's got him. You're fucked. Oh, he's blocked in for sure. Where's he going to go?
Alright, kind of boxed in right now behind an ambulance.
He's trying to back out. Throw them spikes again. Deploy the spikes. He'll back over them. Oh, God.
Alright, backing up.
Oh, we got front row seats right here.
Turn the car off, motherfucker! Turn it off! Oh my God!
me see her.
Turn the car off, motherfucker.
I ain't moving. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Is that the off-duty sheriff, I guess, and just a green t-shirt?
I got you. Come on out. Leave your shoes. Come on out. Coming up on your rear, Sheriff. Come on out. Come on out. Get on the ground. Do it now. Right there. Yeah, right there. Okay. Here you go. Here you go.
Is that old man the one that screamed, "Turn your car off, motherfucker"? Is that him? Nice legs. My dad used to joke about my mom all the time. He'd be like, "Is that your legs, or did you ride in here on a chicken?" Because she had like little toothpicks for legs.
This is for the dumbest reason of all time, too. I know. You could have killed 15 people with the last couple. I got a clean record and everything. I got my tag taken, and I'm just trying to keep my car from work. No, you could have killed 15 people. Because I don't know what to do. I don't have money. Just pull over. We got you covered. Yeah. You probably would have got a ticket and had a ride home. I don't want my car.
He didn't want to lose his Mercedes. He didn't want to lose the Mercedes. Who does? If I had a Mercedes, I wouldn't want. For a work car one time, I bought this old ass. It was like a 1983 Mercedes 300D. It wasn't even turbo. It was a little old ass Mercedes diesel 5-speed. And that thing was kind of like a tank. It ended up throwing a rod, but it had like over 400,000 miles on it. And one time, it just so happened that Mariah's Land Rover was somewhere. I can't remember. And she ended up having to ride with me. And we were riding this busted ass old fucking Mercedes, old as fuck Mercedes. And it was like sun damaged, and one of the windows was fucked up, and it had like a trash bag like taped up in it. It was like a piece of shit, right? And we had the windows down. We were driving. It was loud as hell. Radio didn't work. And we were just driving down the road. And this guy in a BMW, like pulls up beside us. And I don't know what the fuck was going on. Mariah was probably embarrassed to even ride in it. But this guy in a convertible BMW pulls up beside of us. And like it's him and his wife, and they're like an older couple. And he like looks over like around her and looks like directly at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And look back at him. And Mariah's like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, fuck if I know. And then like his wife says something and points at us, and then they fucking take off. Like just fucking take off. Like they wanted to race or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyways, Mariah looks at me and she's like, what the fuck is going on? Do you know those people? And I said, oh, they're in a BMW. That's a poor people car. They're just jealous of a Mercedes. But it was a beater for sure. It was pretty fucking it was pretty fucking jank. 300D.
Come on up.
Fucking poor people in BMWs. If you can't afford a Mercedes, just say it. You can't afford a Mercedes.
I'm not going to ask you again.
What do you want?
Okay, well, I'm a police officer.
Okay,
you went the wrong way down a one-way street. You don't have a seatbelt on.
Have we seen this one before?
I'm allowed under federal case law to remove you from the vehicle and have you have your seat in my car.
What are you talking? I just got off work.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you very nicely to step out of the vehicle, please.
No.
Okay, I'm going to break your window and drag you out of the car.
You're not.
I'm legally allowed to do that, ma'am.
For what?
I'm asking you to step out of the car.
No, I live 3 streets down.
Okay, let me get your driver's license proof of insurance.
Okay.
If I do that, you guys can't see it.
Federal police officers are telling me they can break down my windows. Will you please come here?
Can you open it? I need your driver's license proof of insurance.
This police officer's telling me he can break all my windows. Would you please come here?
Ma'am.
5 streets from the
I need your driver's
Upchurch
license proof
will
of
buy me
insurance,
one. I
ma'am.
hope so.
break my window.
I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am.
Está.
I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am, or you're going to be placed under arrest for obstruction. Ma'am.
She's just ignoring them now.
I'm going to break your window, and I'm going to pull you out of the vehicle, and I don't want to do that. And then you'll be under arrest, and you will go to county jail. Do you understand? Radio. I got a non-compliant driver. Would you put the fuck out of here? Female's refusing to get out of the car. This is not your traffic stop. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to break your window. Open the door. Open the door, ma'am. You are under arrest for obstruction of justice. Open the door.
Oh no. Oh no.
You're under arrest, ma'am. You need to step out of the vehicle.
What did I do?
You need to step out of the vehicle immediately, ma'am. You are under arrest. Ma'am, you are under arrest.
What did I
Step
do?
out of the vehicle.
What did I do? Please don't hurt me.
You're under arrest, ma'am. Step out of the vehicle.
I just got off of work.
You're under arrest, ma'am. Step out of the vehicle. You're under arrest, ma'am. Step out of the vehicle. I gave you multiple warnings, and you did not
That's more than enough warning to get the fuck out of the car.
comply with my orders. You can't
Tase that
apologize for your
bitch.
poor
That's it.
mistakes at this point. I understand it.
I live 4 streets down.
Okay, so where's your driver's license? Where's your proof of insurance? And why wouldn't you provide it to you? Okay, well, your dad can see you in handcuffs in the back.
My
of
dad is
car.
on his way. Your dad can see you in handcuffs in the back of my car. Let's see what this is. Is it popped up?
a dream when
Oh no, we can't play that music, I'm sure. 8:14. Oh god.
I know you miss him. What's up, Vic? I know you miss him.
Oh, her husband died?
What's up, Vic? I know you miss him.
Tell me about it.
And I miss Donna. And if you ever need to talk, I'll do the same. Just give me a call. Losing someone you love.
Show me your boobies.
I don't know.
I need to see them boobies.
Just remember, he's still watching over you and your kids. So, I know Donna's watching over me. When I go to sleep, I'll try and talk to him up in heaven. I'm working on trying to get ability to do that. Peace out.
I'm trying to get the ability to talk to her in heaven. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that.
I can't disclose any information right now, man.
For sure.
I'm working.
If anything, I just wanted to give you a heads up. They're going to come over here and talk to you.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the kids got to you because...
Well, I mean, I'm not going to answer their questions because you just called me a smartass, man.
Well, you gave me a smart-ass answer, so...
You asked me if I needed help, and I said I don't need help.
Yeah.
How's that a smart-ass answer? I don't need help.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, you see? Get back to work, man. Go back, sit down. Sit down on your little...
Oh, this guy's ego's hurt. Now let's see what happens. He's gonna get pepper sprayed already. I can already tell.
Sit down on your little chair inside.
What's up?
Go sit down on your little chair, man.
I can sit down wherever, bro, but we'll be right here. Since you want to film me and...
Whatever, man. You were covering your face earlier, so now it's all good.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Sick.
I don't think he has a skull. I think it's all cartilage.
Allied Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're clowns, man. They usually hire clowns.
Oh, yeah? Now you're calling me a clown?
Yeah.
So I'm a clown?
Yeah.
Fuck you. What's up?
What's up, then?
Fuck you.
Ooh. Probably not good to do while he's walking away, but... Smacked him. Think you gonna smack me, homie? Oh, no. Where's part 2? Think you gonna smack me, homie? There's part 1, part 2.
Don't come near me, man. I said don't come near me, man. Yeah. Yeah, I pepper sprayed him. He smacked the shit out of me. Yeah. I have it recorded.
Can I see that?
I'm live right now, man. Whatever you want, man.
He smacked the shit out of me. This is the find out phase of fuck around and find out. I don't think it says the security guard never came back out. Smack a shit out of me.
Go for it.
He's saying he didn't hit you.
Well, I have it all on video, man.
Is there a chance I can see that?
Nah, man. I'm live right now, like I said. I gotta document all this.
That you're doing this for your amount of crisis and rights to record whatever you want. As of now, as long as you stay right there.
police statement report. So
okay, it's better now.
So he's saying that he did everything okay except for swinging at your camera. Is there anything
He swung
else?
at me twice, man.
He swung at you twice.
Swung at my camera and then swung at my arm. Yeah, Blue Lotus.
And I know you're not going to give me your name or anything.
No.
You said he swung at you twice, at your camera and your arm?
Yeah. You guys call an ambulance for him, right?
He's saying he don't need one. I don't know. They're trying to get the police and the paramedics down.
Okay.
He's saying that you called him derogatory terms. I'm just trying to get everything situated because
a clown. You can't hit somebody for calling you a clown. You can't hit somebody for calling you a fucking piece of shit. I mean, you can, but you're going to accept full responsibility of the find out phase.
Live, that's fine. So, how the altercation happened?
Well, he came out here and was just, he was being cool about it. Then I told him that I'm that Universal just hires clowns. That's what got him at.
Okay.
Clown.
Don't
That's pretty accurate as well.
Anything going on today? I'm just out here filming, man. I was just waiting. What happened with the pepper spray? So this guy decided to come out and smack me, swung twice at me, and so I pepper sprayed him. I was defending myself.
Which person, sir?
The security guard here.
Okay. He swung twice?
Swung twice at me, and I have it on video as well.
Do you? You said what? He did good? Yeah.
He might have had to shut down the stream there to show the cops. Usually they won't shut down the stream with just people ask them. And sometimes they won't for the cops either, but sometimes they will shut it down for the cops.
You don't want to press charges, correct? No. Okay. You made this guy to the YouTube famous now. Which was what you set out for when you came here. And
he says you don't want to press charges, do you? This guy's going to be YouTube famous now. That's pretty good.
You hooked him?
He's a First Amendment auditor guy. So, like, technically he's on the sidewalk or the right of way. He's allowed to film anything that he can see from public. But obviously people come out and like, why are you recording? And some people will try to stop you or shut you down. Obviously he baited this guy, right? Called him a clown. He probably doesn't even know fucking Allied Security or whatever it was. Like, he called him a clown. The guy fucking got his feelings hurt and then went to swing on him. And technically he's in the right.
Reeled him in, so I suppose at the end of the day, you did your job. So now, what's that? Lesson learned on both parties. If you were trying to get him to react and he did.
Well, I mean, he didn't have to, I mean, I still post.
But it makes for better video if he does.
Well, I mean, if he would have just kept his hands to himself and just would have talked shit to me, it would have been fine too. I would have, still posted that video. But even if he didn't come out, I would have still posted it. I post everything.
Yeah. So in any case,
I've got a crazy video you guys might not have seen yet.
I'm just gonna have
It actually makes the case for like citizens with firearms. It's pretty wild.
You could stand on their property, or maybe out on the street here. But the minute
as soon as you guys leave, I'm gonna leave.
Yes, actually, you shouldn't be in any roadway at all.
Yes.
So public easement, go to peace out. I go find another mark.
Find another mark. The cops are good for him.
She said, she shook her.
You may have seen it, Dr. J. You see everything that has to do with cops.
I got his buck up, and you guys are bystanders. I mean, it's all video. It's all just the end part. You want to know? Channel for the food reviews in Riverside. I love the one you did on the taco shop on Mission. Awesome, amazing. So you are what? What do you do?
I'm a filmer.
And you're exercising your
First Amendment right.
First Amendment right. Okay. Originally you told me your Second Amendment right. Oh, yeah. That was like, wait, whoa. Now, right? So I just been, and that's what dispatch said. Because that's what you told him on the bill. Oh. You told him I'm just practicing my Second Amendment rights.
Oh, no. First.
Shoot, man.
First Amendment. I mean,
First Amendment, cool.
Yeah.
Second Amendment, yeah, we're coming in. So,
not yet.
I just want.
I'm fine, man.
All right, check out this video. So the cop was pretty cool there. Check out this video. Oh, I saw a cool ass video today. This dude was going down the interstate on a motorcycle, and he was way over the speed limit, which motorcycles usually are, and they cut him a lot of leeway. They even let him weave in and out of fucking, or like run up through traffic and shit. This dude was probably doing like 90 on his fucking motorcycle, and he's driving down the interstate, and he's like looking straight ahead. Then all of a sudden he looks over to his right, and there's a trooper. He's on a crotch rocket, but there's a state trooper on a Harley that's right beside him when he looks over to his right, and he like wags his finger like this and then takes the fuck off. It was actually a really cool video that made the cop look pretty cool, like a decent guy, but it was funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that's not the one I'm talking about. This one's it. Scares the crap out of me when they do that, when they split traffic. Yeah. All right, so warning. There is a graphic video in this. There's some blood and stuff. So what's going to happen is 2 officers are going to respond to shots fired. When they get there and walk around the corner of this neighbor's house, there's a guy standing there with a 12-gauge shotgun. He's going to shoot them both. He doesn't kill them. He has birdshot loaded in it. I don't know if he's having a mental breakdown or what, but some citizens come to his defense.
My name is Haley. I live at 3021 Green Valley Drive. My neighbor, 2 houses to stop sign, is out there shooting his 12 gauge just at the neighbors behind us.
And he's shooting at the neighbors?
He was shooting into the air, but we live in a very crowded neighborhood.
1 second here. Just stay inside your house, okay?
Oh yeah, nope, I'm in. Yeah,
it's quite a bit of blood.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, stay inside and be safe.
Walk 2 Sam 72 2 Sam 74 shots playing 3001 Green Valley Drive. 2772, I see it. 74, I see it. Copy that, you both see it. Also to advise.
Let's get him on scene here. Additional deputies dispatch. Deputy Thomas arrives. Here we go.
Have we talked to him yet?
No one's talked to him yet.
Okay, so
they talked to a witness right here. Obviously, they're talking to a witness, and they're going to go around the corner here. They're going to fall back into this garage once they've been struck.
Did we talk to him?
He's screaming. He's screaming out obscenities. He fires a shot.
I don't know what this guy's name is. Hey, Ron, you want to go back in the house?
So he comes out, and that's when they come to approach. So he had been shooting shots in the air, went in the house. When they showed up, he was in the house, so they were talking to witnesses. And then when he comes out and starts screaming again, they walk over there.
Negative. Why don't you give us the air again? The offending party is coming and going from the door yelling. I don't want to order him out till we get another person.
They need to wait for... They don't want him to come out until they got another officer there. The suspect yells, "Hey, you want to shoot?"
No, it's the sheriff's office. Why don't you come out with your hands empty and talk to us? Thanks, Mike.
The suspect responds, "Kiss my dick. Kiss my dick." Which is always the proper response when the police show up and ask you to step outside and talk to them.
Okay, well, that's different. Okay. Sheriff's office, why don't you come out and talk to me with your hands empty?
If you are the sheriff, I'll blow your head off. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, there's dick kisses from Legend. Thank you very much. What the fuck?
You're a sheriff? I'll blow your head off. Get the fuck out of here. Tell these...
He's probably having a mental episode or something. Tell these people to put the goddamn smoke down. Take a ride on the wild side. Hit it, hit it.
Put the goddamn smoke down. Take a ride on the wild side. Hit it.
Hit it. I'll fucking chop you up in little pieces. I'm pretty sure he does like a flank on him right here. Hold on. Or maybe he just got a good shot.
Drop the gun! Get your fucking face! Drop the gun!
4:40 p.m. The suspect again yells, "Kiss my dick! Kiss my dick!" I'm translating into OG glyphics. That makes sense. Third officer arrives. I guess it's the third, or maybe this is the second officer coming back. Because I don't. He was up there with a rifle before, and I don't see him anymore. Maybe it's the second officer coming back.
7-4 walking. You dropping it? Nope. He's back in house.
Communicates probable cause for several charges.
C for at least 2 counts of felony harassment. I don't know that he pointed the gun at him, but we got PC, so. Yeah, he's still yelling at us. And felony PC.
What do you want now? Sheriff's office, drop the gun!
A pretty good response. Sheriff's office, drop the gun! Fuck you in the ass. Take a ride on the wild side.
Oh, fuck!
Ooh, tagged him. We can't even see him in the body cam footage. He's right at his own door.
Sheriff's office, drop the gun! Oh, fuck! Fuck!
Shots fired, shot fired. You okay?
Suspect yells "Yahoo!" and continues laughing. After he tagged, he's a good shot. To be honest with you, he's a pretty good shot, but he's also shooting birdshot out of a 12 gauge from 30 yards. Pretty good spread too, but he's a decent shot. I don't know about the Yahoo.
Cindy, shots fired! I'm hit!
Did you just see who ran up? This is a complete civilian here. So a complete civilian comes running up when he sees them both get tagged real quick. He comes running up, tries to take the front here to the corner. I don't know. I have personally, but I don't know if you've ever had blood run into your eyes, but you can't see a damn thing. Like what's blood? Like sweat in your eyes is bad, right? It stings and shit. Blood fucking blinds your ass. I don't know what the fuck's in it, but you're just done. You can't see shit. Everything goes to like real bad tunnel vision. It's pretty bad.
I'm hit!
7-4 walking.
Civilian engages suspect in gunfire. Just putting rounds down range, baby.
Sit down.
Mag dump, motherfucker.
Hey, give me the air. Shots fired.
Other civilians start rendering aid. That was the sit down. They start rendering aid while this guy just fucking starts mag dumping.
We have 2 officers hit in the head.
In the face, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I don't have a whole lot.
Again, it's bird shot, so it's a bunch of very, very small pellets meant to kill birds. It doesn't take much to kill birds. It's kind of like if you took a handful of BBs and fucking threw them out of a 12 gauge. Even smaller than BBs, honestly.
Yeah! Yeah, I need aid, but we need replacements. Are you hit? Yes! In the head! We're both hit. In the head! Full officers in the head. Okay. Copy that.
I'm losing vision in my left eye.
Okay. We gotta go this way around and then back.
We gotta go back?
Yeah, to my rig. My rig's down there.
Yes, no, my car's right here.
Yeah, but we gotta get into the fucking car.
I think his truck's gonna block. I'm gonna get in full forward a little bit. You good?
Yeah, I'm covering you. You hold forward. Hey, what's your name up there at the rock?
Look how we got a civilian here and look how many fucking neighbors come out to fucking start slinging lead with this motherfucker. They're all gonna shoot. Fuck it.
Get in, Bone. Get in.
He said, "What's your name?" He said something about Cody. He says, "Keep doing what you're doing."
Yeah, I'm covering you. You hold forward. Hey, what's your name up there at the rock? Cody? Okay, just keep doing what you're doing, okay?
Get in. This guy up front's got a full fucking AR. This guy's the one who mag dumped the pistol.
Bone, get in. Backseat, get in.
I think this is what gun guys live for. Like, they're just waiting for the neighbor to fucking lose their shit and the police show up and they need help. Where is this? Earth?
Roll the window down.
Not Nevada, I'll tell you that much.
Sam 7-2 and I.
If it was meant to be said Nevada, they would be all A's. Nevada. N-A-V-A-D-A. It's not. Okay?
They're so 82 aid. You can let them know at the fire hall that we're coming in with the gunshot wounds.
Copy to meet aid at the fire hall.
Washington State. Now it's not time. They got 47 officers, 2 helicopters, and a drone incoming. Kiss my dick.
Out of the turret. You guys are really making a big scene out of nothing. Keep your taser on him. Yep.
A big scene out of... He shot 2 cops in the fucking face. A big scene out of nothing.
I'm coming up to the cop.
If that had been something else, like buckshot or something, they'd be gone, dude.
Let's go. Okay.
Alan, on me. Do not fight. We're telling you right now, do not fight. Is anybody else in the house? Is anybody else in the house? Let's get him up and move him. We're hanging out here.
They even brought in the Bearcat. They're just going to ram that motherfucker.
It's moving. Holy shit, all you guys are here for me?
He sounds like just a dementia guy, right? Holy shit. Y'all are cops? All of you?
He's got a body cam. I do. I don't have. Did you keep focused on him? Yeah. What, is your car the only one over here? What's your name? Joel. Joel what? Joel who? Young. Joel Gum? Young. You're on body cam. Audio and video recording. It's all good. Audio and video recorded. Yeah. Give me a light. Listen. Yeah. Yo. Back in the turret around. Did I have that in my pocket? All right. It's 6:05. It's all good. Just listen. Right here. I'm listening. Okay. So you have the right to remain
Did
silent.
I have that in my pocket, or did you find that?
You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer and have it present with you while you're being questioned. Yeah. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you for any question if you wish. You guys got nothing to worry about. You can decide any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Sure, sure. Okay, thank you.
This is in Peaceful
1806.
Valley. What a good name for a place for a guy who shot 2 cops in the face. Peaceful Valley.
Deputy Brown. Yes. Put him in Deputy Wood's car and take him. Yep. Did we pat him? You can, but can I have some shoes? Where's Wood's car? Right here?
Can I have some shoes?
This is real. Let's go. What's your name? This is really cool. Joel,
This is real? Wow, this is really cool.
Joel, let's go over here. No, I shouldn't talk to this guy. Why, are you going to punch me in the face? I'll go to jail. No problem. You don't have to drag me. I'm going. I don't have nothing. I have nothing.
Something's going on, obviously.
Seriously, I have nothing. Mr. Young, anybody else inside your house? No. My son wanted to come home. I told him not to come by. I didn't really realize you guys were out here. Have a seat. If I did, I would have came out a lot earlier. Hey, I'm right. He did say this is our guy. Yes. Yeah. Okay. He said pretty sure. I'm going, but you can throw me in. Sit down, please. I'm trying. I have no shoes on. So I'm standing on rocks, okay? You can shoot me if you want.
Okay. You can shoot me if you want.
I'm not going to cause you any problems.
And then this one here has been making the rounds. I don't know if anybody's seen it. So some people are criticizing the police in this case because it seems like the guy, the suspect, gets shot with a taser and a pistol simultaneously. So if we're going to deploy the taser, we ought to give it at least a chance to work rather than a taser and a bullet at the same time. Kiss my dick goodbye? Maybe. Maybe that's what he told everybody as he's leaving.
You okay? What's going on?
This is a guy with a machete.
He woke up crazy.
Okay.
He woke up crazy.
Okay.
He was fine when he was laying down. He's sick now. He like shut himself. He threw a rock through the window.
Through the window of what?
He woke up crazy. He was fine when he laid down. He's sick now. He shit himself.
The back of the house. Almost ripped my hair out. He was in the bathroom. I got as much stuff as I could.
Is there anybody else in the house?
No.
Do you have a knife?
Yeah. He tore our porch apart. I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay. Are you injured? No? Okay. Where's he at?
I don't know.
You want lethal or not?
So a domestics oftentimes are the most dangerous calls for a cop. They escalate the quickest. They're pretty crazy. You get them all the time. A shooting is probably more dangerous on average, like a fucking mass casualty event or some shit. But how often do you actually get those? You get domestics all the time, and they escalate rather quickly.
What's that? You want lethal or not? Don't matter to me. What do you want?
It happens quick. Just watch here. They're going to the front door. Here's where it goes.
Hey! Put the knife down! Right. 4617 times. That's fine. Put your hands behind your back! Put your
So if you didn't see what happened there, he gets the cop that we're watching the body cam of fires a pistol the same time that the taser is fired, like together in unison.
Don't matter to me. What do you want?
Thanks. I need to go too. Let me get some rest here.
Put the knife down!
Which the guy does have a 14-inch machete in his hand. It comes flying down the stairs. See it right there? That's a machete flying down the stairs when they pop him, and he points it right at him. Like, I don't think they were unjustified in using deadly force. He's got in his hand right there. That's a machete. So they both scream, put the knife down, and the taser pops, and the shots fired at the same time. Boom, knife goes flying down the stairs while this cop is making a eek face as if he's like, ooh, that's gross. While the knife comes bouncing down the stairs at him. He does literally nothing to avoid it. And then they go up, and the guy's just sitting there like, I don't have the knife anymore. He's just sitting there like chill as fuck. Oh, and the lady screams, no! After she called the cops and said he's running around with a fucking machete. He woke up crazy. He threw me around by my fucking hair. No! There you go. The guy's just chill as hell. Look at him sitting here.
Put your hands behind your back! Put your
He's like, what are you talking about? I don't even have the knife. He's also in a set of flip-flops. Tactical flip-flops.
Put your hands behind your back!
Can I help you off? Can I help you, officer? It seems like you got something on your mind. What is up with the scroll work on YouTube's logo? Do you guys see that on your YouTube? Oh, I guess calligraphy. Join calligraphy creators as they showcase visually compelling beauty on an age-old art form. Well. Shooting an armed suspect in the house. Oh, you told me that the police activity had the body cam of that motherfucker's not real, right? Is that who you told me? Who'd you tell me, Dr. J? I have not watched it. I know we talked about it earlier, and I said I need to watch that, but I haven't. Oh, that guy's face looks good. Shoot woman as she charged at them with 2 knives. Damn, what is going on? Law and Crime. I'll check it out in a minute. then I probably gotta go. I need some rest, dude. I'm just fucking tired. I'm not on top of my game. And when I'm not on top of my game, we don't make as much money, and the show fails miserably, and the lights get cut off, and the kids get taken by CPS, and me and Mariah ended up living under a bridge. He's got a shield there, a riot shield. So obviously they think something's going on.
Rachel, this is Loida.
Maybe this is a what do they say that they all need? A caseworker, and that's not it. What do they say they always say? Instead of sending cops, send out not a caseworker, but a social worker. Maybe she's a social worker.
Can you come outside?
They're shielding her.
I just want to talk to you. I heard you got a job at TJ Maxx, and you were doing great. I know you're hurting, but I just want to talk to you out here.
She must have threatened to hurt herself.
Can you open the door and come outside?
That's right. That's a good one, Dr. J. Remember that one for later.
We just want to help you, Rachel. If you can answer the phone or open the door and come outside. Hey, Rachel. I just want you to come outside so we can talk.
Fuck
Listen,
you,
I know
bitch.
you got a
Fuck
job at
you.
TJ Maxx. I know you want to see Paisley. What can I do to help you, Rachel?
Hung up. Uh-oh. Beep, beep, beep. Call him back. Honestly, if I hang up on you after telling you to fuck off, I don't want to talk to you, and you call me back immediately, I might charge you with 2 knives.
I just want to help you, Rachel. Yeah, I do. How can I help you? Tell me what can I do?
Oh, great. Way to ruin the clip. Now nobody will watch it, Dr. J.
Yes, I do want you to come on. Where?
Sounds about right.
Hey, Rachel. Hey. Drop the knife, please.
No.
Rachel. Drop the knife, please. Drop the knife.
Put the knife down, Rachel.
Rachel, drop the knife. Drop the knife, Rachel.
She only had 1 knife. She has to go get the other one.
Rachel.
Rachel, we can't do it like that, You can't come outside with a knife, Rachel. No, you don't want anybody to get hurt, okay? You can't go outside with a knife.
Rachel.
Stop, Rachel, stop.
Ooh.
All right, headquarters, I got 1 female now. I need OSD.
I'm sure they could have fled back more, but you're also risking that anybody opens their door hearing the commotion, and she gets more casualties. E-bagging so I don't have to live under a bridge is what we're doing now.
Rachel.
Stop, Rachel, stop. All right, headquarters, I got 1 female now. I need OSD. Rachel, put down that other knife. She has a knife in her left hand.
Okay. Drop the knife, Rachel. Please, drop the knife. Rachel.
I don't think she's capable of dropping the knife now. Her ankle is back behind her ponytail. I don't know if she can drop the knife now.
Rachel,
Let go of the knife. We're going to get help for you, Rachel.
Insane.
Rachel, I want to help you.
Insane
Put the
forever.
knife down, please. Yes, in her left hand.
Oh yeah, we talked about your big day, Miss Nightstalker.
Rachel, please drop the knife. Hey. Rachel, drop the knife, please. We want to help you. Let us help you.
Rachel, drop the knife, please.
Drop it so we can help you. We want to come help you.
I wonder how long they play this game.
Rachel, please drop the knife.
That's right, Scooter.
Rachel, drop that knife, please.
Let it go. Let
us help.
Bro, just go stand on her wrist, dude. Go stand on her wrist. Clearly you have the advantage. She's on the ground and you have a firearm.
Ready?
Yes.
Got the knife.
Seeing secure. Come in.
Let me get her first aid.
Maybe she just slipped, maybe.
Put your weapons down.
Any more investigation?
I know it sucks, like she has a weapon in her hand, but they're essentially just waiting for her to die. She's incapable of probably hearing their commands and probably contributing to them in any way. But there's also a chance that they've had criminals play fucking dead before or play immobile before and wait till they come up there and they start stabbing motherfuckers. So it sucks, but what exactly are they supposed to do? They'll be criticized for not moving faster, but then the first time they walk up on someone who looks like they're dead and they get fucking stabbed 115 times, then they'll be like, why didn't they just wait a minute to make sure they were really dead or they were really incapacitated or whatever?
Stay inside. Close the door.
And that's the end of that one. Here's a good one. I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet. Let's say copy, paste. What this one is. All right, so this guy in the blue t-shirt wrapped around his head is robbing a gas station. That's what we got going on, robbing a gas station.
Hey, let me get a swisher though. Can I get a strip?
Hey, give me the swishers though. Can I get a strip? The guy's just trying to order.
Hey, can I get a swisher? I got a strap right here. Let me get a swisher. Oh, back up.
So he says I got a strap right here. Now whatever he takes out of his fucking pocket there is not a gun. I don't know what it is, but it's not a gun. It doesn't even look like a knife.
I got a strap right here. Let me get a swisher. Oh, back up. Back up.
So he keeps saying, I got a strap right here. And the guy at the window is still trying to order some swishers.
Put a gun on it. Hey, just let him go. It's nothing you can do. But it's nothing you can do. It's like
so the guy's trying to tell him, like, look, there's nothing you can do. You don't want to lose your life over your fucking minimum wage job. This seems kind of silly.
Not gonna do nothing. You just have to just claim you have insurance. You have insurance? What? Does you have insurance?
This is not a time to negotiate whether he has insurance. Just assure him, like, it'll be taken care of. Don't worry about it. It's nothing you can do.
Oh, it hurts you. Nothing you can do, though. There's nothing you can do, man. Until you call
Stealing all the cigs.
Ain't nothing you can do, man, until police come in. Hey, don't.
Well, there might be something they can do. Let's see. There might be something they can do. He said repeatedly there's nothing they can do, but I can think of a couple things they could do, especially since there's 2 employees there and he doesn't have a gun.
Hey, ain't nothing you can do, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Oh, they broke his fake gun. 33, 34, 35.
Whooping your ass.
That's called whooping your ass. We're at 35. We're at 35. The owner's son came in, and he also is part owner of the store. So
Get him!
Okay.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Now go.
I'm done. Go.
Go.
I'm going. Let me go.
Go.
I'll go, brother.
Go.
You can't.
Go. Hey, let him go. Just let him go. Just let him go.
That's enough.
That's enough.
oh,
That's enough.
one punch
That's
right in the
enough.
fucking face.
That's enough. That's enough. Okay.
36.
Hey, okay. No
37.
No more. No more. Please. It's okay. Let him go. Just let him go.
He's crying. He's crying.
Hey, you go. Go. You gonna go?
Let me get.
Those ain't his work boots. Those are his thieving boots. Okay, and they're probably not steel toe.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let him out. Let him out.
Fuck you. He ain't going nowhere till the cops get there. I wouldn't let him go neither. What do you mean let him go?
You want police to get him? You want to call police to get him?
Please let me go by my leg.
Police to get him? Okay.
Yeah, call the police.
Get him. Okay.
This guy looks like he's in the fucking FIFA World Cup. I don't know why he didn't kick him a couple times.
They're coming. You hold him till the police come in.
Please. Who did her about
You call police? You call police.
911.
You call police?
911.
You call. If you don't call police, let him go. You want to let him go? He doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have a gun. He's lying. He's lying. He doesn't have a gun. You don't have a gun. You have a gun? Do you have a gun?
No.
He's lying. Let's let him go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get him. Let's get him. Okay. Come on. Okay.
I don't know how this guy became the negotiator. I have no idea how this guy became the negotiator. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pick up the motherfucking mess you made, motherfucker, and then we'll call the cops.
No, it's okay.
Oh, Sky says no bridge,
no
$10 for the no bridge fund. Thank you very much, Sky Moon. I appreciate that. $10 so we don't live under a bridge. Thank you.
No more. No more come here, right? No more come and do that, right?
Please,
brother, please. I'm your brother. Right? No more do this, okay?
I got you.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No, let him go.
No, please.
Please, no, bro. He had a problem with you?
Yeah, bro.
He owe you a lot of money?
How much you owe?
He owe you a lot of money? Do he owe you a lot of money? He owe you a lot of money?
I don't know what this negotiation thing is. I don't know what's going on.
Go. Please let him go. Come on.
I can't walk.
No, you can. Let's go. You better.
You're either going
tonight.
to walk or you're going to go to jail, motherfucker. Oh.
You better walk the money. Let him go. Please let him go. Come on.
I can't walk.
No, you
Dude, they beat the fuck out of that dude's shins. God damn, that would hurt.
can. Let's go.
Unless you're like a professional kickboxer or some shit. That shit hurts.
Better walk tonight.
I can't.
You better walk tonight. You better walk tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Don't
You better
come back
walk
here no
tonight,
more.
motherfucker.
Okay? Don't do
You
that.
better
okay?
walk. His shirt's black where they beat him into the floor.
Again?
They shoot you.
Bro, can I get a soda?
Bro, is it cool if I just grab a soda? I'll list your cigarettes. Oh, shit.
Please. Well, what kind of shit with me and you do this so? No. Okay? What the fuck, man?
He cried on the floor. They beat him so long. Bro, can I get a soda or something? Damn. I didn't even get a souvenir.
Hold on. Hey. Just be cool, man.
To be fair, the ass whooping he took is probably like more than enough penalty than him going to jail, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't think these, it's just like people don't learn fucking lessons. People don't learn fucking lessons anymore. I don't get it. Law and crime. That motherfucker is not real. Lindsay Shiver and husband fighting over a private jet before Bahamas murder plots. What? That's pretty crazy.
My dad's a cop. You, dude.
My dad's a cop. Fuck you, dude. So apparently the problem with the crazy plane lady, the reason that she was arrested or ticketed or whatever the fuck was going on, is that even though she was thrown off the so here's her story. She started fighting with a family member over the earbuds. And then she started making claims about that motherfucker wasn't real. Y'all can die on the plane, blah, blah, blah. So they had to get the whole plane off. They had to check the plane. She was banned from flying, right? Obviously. She caused all this. She's banned from flying on that flight. She tried several times to sneak back in. So they had to do something with her.
Out of my face.
You have a nice day.
You too.
That's Tiffany Gomez, who went viral on the internet for all of the wrong reasons.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the.
Hey, American Airlines, what y'all doing about this shit?
Now the quote, crazy plane lady is apologizing for the rant posted on TikTok.
First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable.
Thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime. What seemed to be a meltdown on the plane.
I don't give you can
Dispute that took place.
You can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
After that, airport police were called to the gate and heard about a dispute that took place on the plane between Gomez and another passenger.
Hey, that's what we got. There was a disturbance on the air. Yeah. One female, she was, I guess, still around AirPods. So they got into a verbal altercation on the aircraft. She made some statements as not threats, like this aircraft like want to blow off or something. That's her answer. So she could have been hooked up with
Do you one of y'all want to go?
One officer boards the plane to check out everything.
Other than that, do you need anything?
So right now we should be flying. Continuous already on the seat.
Why is this cop waddling so much? Who the fuck walks in a body cam would be like, what's the way he fucking walks?
Check out
Hold on.
everything.
Look at all the swing in
Other
this.
than that, do you need
How fat is this cop we're riding on? Jesus Christ.
anything?
I feel like he's got me in one of those papooses. And I'm a tiny little baby riding on this man's gigantic chest.
So right now we should be flying. Continuous already on the seat. The public area. So just let
I've never seen a body cam like this ever in my life. I've ever seen a body cam that tilts 30 degrees in each direction.
Well, she's messing with TSA. We're probably gonna
Reminds me of that guy with the world's largest nut sack. He's got to carry it around in a wheelbarrow.
arrest her for public intoxication.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's still continuing to be a headache.
Then the officers were left to walk through the airport to find Tiffany Gomez. They had her information from her boarding pass and believed she was likely intoxicated. Officers found the man Gomez was accused of hitting, the one who, quote, wasn't real.
No, it's okay. Yeah, she just pushing me like, you are the part of that. I don't know who's talking to in the phone. Okay. So I was just sitting right here, and she just come in, pushing me, and then
That's the motherfucker that's not real right there.
Did she say anything before that to you? No?
No.
And y'all, you didn't say anything to her?
No.
Are you okay? You hurt?
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Okay. Yeah.
No, it had nothing to do with his eyes. That was all just rumor. It had nothing to do with his eyes.
Okay.
So basically, like, there was a big argument, and it seems like she has maybe some paranoia, and she accused one of her family members of stealing her AirPods, and that didn't go over well. They were arguing, and then she got in this paranoia headspace where she thought everybody was against her, and said this thing. She had a fucking breakdown, basically.
I have my flight, so it's just gonna be like in the next 15 or 20 minutes. Okay. So that assault mean? What does that mean?
Assault, it means to attack, to fight somebody, to push them, hurt them, right, to bring some kind of harm, bodily injury.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, she just pushed me.
She's from Texas, I believe.
You don't want to do anything about
She's a marketing executive from Texas.
it?
It's okay.
We already saw the dumb bitches from Florida. They're dumping. Did she have any Diet Mountain Dew dripping off her body? Then I think not.
All right. Do you mind if I get your information real quick?
At the same time that the man is telling his story to officers, another officer found Tiffany Gomez outside.
Physical contact with nobody. I've had it all on video the whole entire time. So.
Can you give us your touch as well?
So now I've had physical contact with people, so I don't have to.
On that disturbance call, you just got reports.
Now I get to go deal with that. But I'm going to keep it on video the entire time.
It must be a very fucking hostile family environment or something, because they didn't really seem to take up for her either. You know what I mean?
Then a second officer approaches from a different direction.
So what's your plan now?
Nothing.
Is this the waddler?
Wait till you see what happens.
What do you mean?
I felt like we were riding a goddamn 6 foot tall penguin.
See what happens with what?
We haven't had an update yet, Sky Moon. I need to get back in touch with the group that was helping me, but I've been so busy this week. I had so much shit going on. I haven't talked to them much.
What's your plan from here?
I'm going home. I'm not getting
So
on.
somebody come to pick you up or Uber?
Does it matter?
Well, yes, because obviously we
No, you don't have to tell them if somebody's coming to pick you up.
just got reports that you assaulted somebody by pushing the gentleman inside, okay?
Wait, I assaulted someone?
That's what multiple people.
Okay, so I'm 5'2". Oh, wait, hold on. I'm 5'2", 120 pounds.
Okay, can you let me
5'2",
finish?
120 pounds.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah.
So the gentleman is not wanting to press charges.
You don't have to be capable of hurting someone to still get an assault charge, right?
Okay?
Okay.
So regardless, he's not wanting to press
Wait,
charges.
hey, could I hurt you? How tell you? I'll tell
That
you.
being said,
I'll tell you.
listen to the officer.
Should I hurt you?
So with that being said,
Exactly.
how do you plan on getting home? Because you can't hang out here. If you have no business at the airport, you can't be here.
I don't want to be here.
Okay, so who's coming to pick you up?
An Uber.
Okay, have you already requested it?
I will gladly request it right now.
Did you already request one?
She just said, I'll gladly request it right now. And he asked her again, did you already request one?
Can I do that while I'm videoing you? Probably not.
Okay, so if we weren't going to be here, why have we not already requested one? I guess is my question.
Because I've been talking to my mother about what the is going on.
Okay, so she's requesting, she's going to request it for you. Okay, so the gentleman that you allegedly made contact with, okay, he's choosing not to press charges or anything like that. No, just please be considerate, okay? Here in the state of Texas, if you touch somebody that's unwanted, okay, it's considered class C assault.
If you touch somebody that's unwanted, it's class D, I think he says assault.
Or you could get ticketed for it.
That's literally touching. Like if someone touches you, that could be
I
assault.
can tell you're already having a bad day. We're not trying to make it any worse. So
Well, this cop's pretty cool. The waddler over here, the fucking the penguin, he was kind of being a dick. But this guy's like, I can tell you having a bad day. We're not gonna make it worse. You can't be on. They want you to leave the property. But you're welcome to come back anytime as long as you're not on the low file list. Blah blah blah.
whenever you get out of
My dad's a cop.
do you have any questions for us?
Absolutely not. Like we get the
Okay, you have a nice day.
you too.
It's been a little more than a month now since that entire interaction, and the police body camera video is just now coming to light. And a seemingly contrite Tiffany Gomez has posted a video on Twitter.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady. which is completely warranted.
Gomez, in a scripted statement, apologized for what she did that day.
First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and that was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary.
Have you guys seen, there's a radio show, I think it must be out of Australia or some shit, and they do a segment called Female Maths, M-A-T-H-S, maths, plural.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off.
I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard. Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times. Sorry, trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse.
Then the apology took a different turn. Gomez said she's enjoyed some of the memes, but there's been a flip side.
On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind. And I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world.
At the end of the Twitter video, Gomez posted that she's on a journey to promote good mental health and stand up against cyberbullying. What that means is unclear. She posted a link to her website that simply says, "Stay tuned." For Law and Crime, I'm Anjanette Lee.
Stay tuned. She's gonna turn this into girl maths. I'm sorry, not female maths. Girl maths. Stay tuned. She's gonna turn this into her being a new star. Sign up for the No Bridge Life by going to coldbeer.fund and donating. Contribute to the show so we don't live under a bridge. Here you go. Girl maths. This is the last video tonight.
We've gone rogue with something that happened yesterday. We did a bit of girl math. Now, Carwyn wants to get her hair done, and Shannon was like, Shannon girl mathed her and worked out how basically she's getting it free. And then the three of us were like, yes, I do this all the time. And then we girl mathed someone's handbag, and now she's getting paid by Diddly Ponies. Don't know how it works.
Like, and I just, it's amazing to watch, isn't it, Vaughn?
Yeah.
Girl maths. It's mind-blowing.
Well, I'm so excited about it. I'm going to turn it into a segment. I'm going to work on a little intro.
Okay.
But we're going to give it a soft launch because you know we love a soft launch. We're going to do it with Andrea. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, we asked a few people to text in for the girl maths. Now, a lot of girls wanting to buy some stuff or have already purchased things.
You want us to justify a $400 purchase?
I do.
What are you buying and why?
My hairdresser said my hair would look great with some extensions for my wedding.
Okay, when's the wedding?
About 7 weeks away.
Oh, congratulations. Mine's 7 years away.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. Well, I wear hair extensions, Andrea. I wear them all the time. I've got very fine hair and not a lot of it. Mm-hmm. And I buy hair extensions, so I know that. I mean, you've got the human hair, of course.
You know,
they're expensive.
I'm going to be interested, Fletch. I'm going to be interested to see how this is done because this sounds like an upsell from the hair.
I've already done it. Can we get the producer girlies on because this is a team effort here?
I'm looking forward to seeing how it's done.
In my head, I've already done this, right? In my head, Andrea's going to say no to these hair extensions. She's going to save the $400, right? Then she's going to have her day. Everything's perfect. Andrea, I'm going to assume that you've already put a bit of money into this wedding.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Now you're going to get. I'm going to say some of that money's gone to a professional photographer.
100%.
100%. That's one of the most important things of the day, so you can remember it. Now you're going to get this. You're going to have the best day of your life. Your hair's going to look amazing, whatever. But you're going to look at these photos, and you're going to know your hairdresser's voice is going to be like, you would have looked better with a few extra strands of hair on your head, right? And this is going to eat away at you for, I'm going to say 10 years.
Oh wow!
Until eventually you're going to do a whole redo on this wedding, so you can get new photos done. Now we're not looking at 400. We're looking at 40,000.
There you go, girl math.
We're looking at $40,000 to redo the wedding because that hair just looked thin.
Shannon, how have you girl maths this?
Got the calculator out.
It's currently got zero on it.
So $400, right?
Yeah.
Standard hair extensions, great quality. We're talking 10 wefts of hair, so we're already down to 40.
Are you allowed to say whiff on the radio? Not anymore.
It's kind of like the band of hair. You know how you wore a halo? That's one kind of whiff.
I did wear a halo. I looked great in my halo.
If you can't have a halo for a wedding day, she's going to go full whiff.
We're down to $40 a whiff.
Okay.
Already significantly better. Then I'm going to say she's going long. I feel like she's a classy girl.
Andrea, we're going long?
Yes, my hair is very long.
Maybe a 28-inch.
28-inch.
So we're going 40 divided by 28 per inch. We're $1.40, baby.
You're $1.40 per inch.
Wow.
Per inch.
How could you afford not to?
I reckon it's worth $1.40.
That's basically free.
Then we think about the retouch aspect that Haley's doing. We're back in the positives, baby. We're earning money.
$1.40 is less than the link bus.
Exactly.
For one sector on
Andrea,
the bus.
you can't not get these hair extensions. It's going to cost you so much money if you don't buy.
Hold on, there's a better one. It's a
calculations conservatively. And I am a conservative man.
Yeah.
You either spend $1.40 an inch, or it's going to cost you $800,000.
Right.
Go.
They do a Taylor Swift concert. Is this it? Let me see. They justify this woman buying a ticket to a Taylor Swift concert all 4 nights that she's in Perth or somewhere in Australia.
Girl math. Girl math. Girl math.
Girl Math is back. We welcome Sarah to Girl Math. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you would like Girl Math to justify quite a big purchase for you.
What did you buy?
I managed to get tickets to Taylor Swift the Sydney show.
Wow, well done.
So, do you mind telling us how much this cost you?
None of this makes sense to me, and this is the exact way Mariah would describe it to me. Well, if I didn't buy it now, then I probably would have bought it later, and it could have went up in price. Plus, it was 60% off, and I'm like, we don't fucking need it. But for 60% off, William! But she has to call me so I can tell her what 60% off of it is. She can't do percentages. And I'm like, we don't fucking need it. We'll never need it. You've never requested one. You've never mentioned you wanted one. We don't even have a fucking place for it. For 60% off! Yeah. Even 60% off, Mariah.
Did you want for the one night or did you want for all the nights?
What do you mean all the nights? How many nights are you going to Taylor Swift?
I'm going to all 4.
All 4 concert. All 4 nights at the concert.
Did you pay for 4 nights? How much do you need us to justify for you here?
No judgment, Sarah.
Accommodation, flights, and the 4 tickets would be a total of 5,600.
5,600 Australian dollars.
You are kidding me!
Girlies, I don't know if we can get this down to free.
Okay.
Wow.
I reckon we can. Now listen, flights, you would have had to pay that much for flights for 1 night or 4 nights. So that's free. And then
So whether you went to the concert 1 time or for 4 times, all in the same, that's free. The flights are free. You don't need to count those. You would have paid it either way.
Good point. Because she's going to 4 shows, but she's not buying 8 flights.
Yeah, exactly.
She's bought 2 flights.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Right.
So that's
now,
free.
accommodation you need, so that doesn't come into the equation.
Well, hang on, we need to accommodation at home. How much is 1 set of flights to Australia? We worked it out at about $600.
Yeah.
So 600 times. So that's 2,500, but she's not. So 2,500. She's actually she's saved $1,800 there.
It's a great saving.
So what are we going? We're going $5,000.
She saved $1,800 because she didn't fly there. She didn't buy 8 flights. She bought 2 flights.
Minus $1,800 because she doesn't have to buy 8 flights.
Lovely.
Now we're only justifying 3,200.
Beautiful.
The maths have begun. Easy peasy.
This is madness.
Well, yeah, and then you're thinking accommodation for 4 nights.
Yep.
You have to pay rent at home.
No, you've shot yourself in the foot. She's still paying rent.
She's still going to pay rent.
Okay.
Sarah, can you sublet out your room for the 4 nights?
Yeah, that's it.
I could try, yeah. I don't know how the rest of the people there would feel about it. But
Screw them. I'm knocking off $200.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
We're at 300.
Okay, right.
300. We're at 300.
3,000.
Right.
3,000. Sorry. Yeah. Damn, I wish we were at 300.
Okay, well, a great way to get the price down for the tickets.
We're at 3,000.
3,000. So if you want to get, let's say, down to another 1,000 off, she needs to rewatch her videos of the concerts 1,000 times.
Yeah. How many songs do you reckon you'll be videoing, Sarah?
I reckon I'm going to try and do the whole concert over the 4 nights.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So the concert's 3 hours.
Yeah, so I reckon if she watches those videos 1,000 times, that takes the price off because you're getting a free concert.
You're getting a free concert.
You're getting
There you go.
free concert because you
Makes
get to watch
sense.
it back.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to watch 3 hours of videos 1,000 times?
Yeah. And that saves you $1,000.
Yeah, okay.
Now, also, as many of us Swifties have been doing, have you been watching the live streams on TikTok, Instagram?
I have been, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So those were free concerts that you can take off of.
So you're telling me she's getting about 1,500 free concerts?
Yeah.
We're in the positives already. I mean, I don't know how we've done that.
Exactly.
3,000, but just for logistical sakes, I'll take away 1,000. Now we're at 2,000. Now here's the thing as well, is like, we've got a lot of people who missed out on Sydney tickets, and which way we're so lucky that we got them.
Yep.
Their alternative was to fly to, where's one of our friends going?
Melbourne.
No.
Oh, no, to like
Paris
Vienna.
and Vienna.
Someone's going to Vienna.
So we're looking at justifying
So
3,000.
she would have missed those tickets. She would have still had to went to a concert, of course, and she would have had to have flown to Europe.
You don't spend that $3,000 to go to Taylor Swift and you see all your friends at Taylor Swift, that itch will never be scratched until you see that Eras tour. Next minute, you're buying flights, accommodation and tickets to Vienna. And you tell me that's going to cost any less than $3,000? You're kidding yourself.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to go 4 shows there either, so you wouldn't be able to get the deal on the free concerts.
That's right. And now we're in Europe.
Everything-
and everything's
yeah.
more expensive.
I mean, it's $2,500 return for flights to Europe.
Yeah, I can't believe we've even bothered justifying this, to be honest. It justified itself.
And also, ultimately, like, when you're old and, like, talking to your kids, your nieces and nephews, whoever, you can say you were there. That's priceless.
My mum always tells me, I saw Freddie Mercury live, and I was like, I don't want to hear it anymore. You'll be able to say that I saw Taylor Swift in the flesh.
Yeah.
At the most iconic tour of history. The
in
most
history.
money-making tour.
Beatles,
She's going to be there.
It's all about Swift.
Priceless.
So what
Beagles, Schmeagles. It's all about Swift.
we got it down to?
0. It's basically free.
It's basically free. The way I've calculated it.
But $4,000 or $5,000 Australian dollars to go see Taylor Swift for 4 nights. All 4 nights of her concert in Sydney. Basically free.
The amount of free concerts she's getting watching it back on her phone, and the flights she's saving to Vienna.
And subletting her room.
She's made $4,000.
And subletting her room.
She's made $4,000.
Plus an extra $200 for subletting the room for 4 nights. I mean, this is
Actually,
unreal.
you have to
Sarah.
fly to Sydney 4 times. Yeah, wow.
So this is from the channel ZM, and it's a radio show where they post their they're live on radio, but they post their shit here as well, their clips, and it's called Girl Math. You guys can check it out. I thought it was funny. It's the exact way Mariah explains shit to me. If you don't know some of the stories about Mariah, one year we couldn't afford to take. We could when we first started out, we could barely ever afford to take a vacation, and usually I couldn't go, so I would work, and then I would send Mariah and the kids on vacation. But one year, her mom bought us a hotel room in Myrtle Beach, so all we had to really pay for was our food and our gas and stuff like that. Well, I didn't have a whole lot of cash at the time, and I was waiting on a paycheck to come, so I had a credit card I was going to put it all on. It's a small credit card, too. I had shitty credit at the time. It was like a $600 credit card. That's all that was on it. No, it might have been a $1,000 credit card, but there's $600 available on it, something like that. And Mariah's like, well, I need to go get some stuff for the trip. And I'm like, well, just get the stuff we need. And she was talking about like travel size, like toothbrush or toothpaste. And she wanted a bathing suit, blah, blah, blah. Mariah went to Walmart and maxed out the credit card. Maxed out the credit card. Okay? Maxed out the credit card. So much so that it was over $600 and the credit card was declined. Like, it's not like she didn't know it was maxed out. It was declined and she had to put a couple things back. Then, because we have a full tank of gas, because I went and got it the night before, because I'm a responsible adult, I don't even know until we get to South Carolina and we need to buy gas. So we've already left the house. We've already been driving for 4 fucking hours. And I go to get gas and my credit card's declined. And I'm like, that's weird. She doesn't say a word about it. I was like, that's weird. Try it again, declined. Go inside, declined. Call the credit card company. And they're like, oh, well, someone made a Like, I remember being in the gas station and like I just got my card declined. And I'm in the gas station. I'm on the phone with the credit card company. And I'm looking out and I can see Mariah out in the car sitting at the gas pump. And when they tell me, it's almost like she knew. Because when they tell me, I see her like drop her head and look down. When they tell me that she maxed, it's like she knew what they were saying to me. Not to mention another time she wanted a dog really bad, which we already had a dog. We had Gilligan. But she said she always wanted a husky, even though this is the first time I've ever hearing about it. She wanted a husky, blah, 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 whatever. So the husky was, I think the husky puppy was like $200 or something. And the lady's like, oh, they can get papers on them. They're not real, blah, blah. It looked like a real husky. Who knows if it was a real husky? Because a real husky is probably much more expensive than that. But whatever. It fit her brand new dream that she just thought about, even though she's had it her whole life. And so I was like, fine. Here's the debit card, whatever. Pull out cash, blah, blah, blah. So she goes and buys the husky. But at the time, we probably only had like $600 in the savings account that wasn't going to like bills or whatever. It's always around $600. I don't know how she figures this out. So not only did she buy the husky, but after she bought the husky, even though we own a dog that had food and a dog mat and, you know, everything we need to take care of a dog, she gets anxious about having a new dog after she buys it. So then she stops at PetSmart claiming that she's going to get a collar for it, and spends the rest of the money we have in the bank on supplies for the dog. She comes home with new bowls and new dog food and new storage containers and new mat and a special brush they told her that you have to have because Husky's hair is so thick, and some type of treatment and some type of shampoo and a fucking an assortment of bows. Spends the rest of the money we have in the bank on supplies for the dog after I let her go get the fucking dog. It was, I don't know. It's just wild. So Mariah justifies it all the same way. In her head, it makes sense. In her head, it always makes sense. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. I know it probably wasn't the most interesting show, but I gotta get some sleep. We'll be back. Tomorrow we're doing a Patreon show only. That's not going to include any Twitch subscribers. I'm not doing a free show tomorrow. It'll be a Patreon show only. If you're a member of Patreon, $7 and up, I'm trying to make up a show there. $7 and up, Patreon tomorrow only. Not Twitch subscribers, and I'll see you guys there. If you're Patreon members, we'll find something to talk about. Who knows? Probably lawsuit stuff, probably Phil stuff, probably the normal stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donations we did get tonight. I gotta go get some rest. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Don't do any girl maths. Don't do any girl maths, and we'll see you on the next one.
But I can tell you this about if this.
I'm going to try to go the free portion of tomorrow. I can't guarantee it because I always get hung up and can't do it because whatever reason. I'm going to try to go live on TikTok tomorrow. That'll be the free portion of the show. Then I'll just do a Patreon show later.
Have a fork and balls. You don't have balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Thank you, Donna.
Get lit, get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6 cents for the stupid shit.
Where my true believer?
Y'all need Jesus.
Praise the Lord, head to the extreme.
All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next?
That's right. Dick kisses for everybody.
That's a retard in a vest climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know.
Have a good night, everybody. See you on the next one.
You better buckle up.
I'm going to bed. I am tired as fuck.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel to let